Hello and welcome to Hollywood's biggest night.
Yee!
Hello.
Oh, wow. Hey, I know what that was. That was good. Yay! Thanks, En. You grabbed my face for that, too.
1000%.
Shit, I wonder if I
You
can
got
do
it, bud.
Oh, Liz.
What?
Nothing. Great question, Aragwen. Is something happening? It's a good question. What's happening is ExalTwitch Academy Session 15 is happening right now.
Woo.
Oh, Weapon of... That's what it's called.
Weapon of
I
choice.
couldn't remember the
Hence
title.
us with our Oscar
Oh,
swords.
John, you wanted to know about our new intimacies, and I added several and didn't tell you.
You'll have to share with the class or whisper the unshareable ones to John.
I mean,
I can share with the class on my turn.
Wait,
I like sharing with the class. Well, there we go.
can I share mine too?
Point. That's my spelling of an air horn right now. Point. Brr, 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 brr.
Yay.
Oh, there's the hype train.
Yes!
Based on our
happening.
own subs.
I know. I was like, well, if I wait until the session starts, I can contribute towards a self-made hype
Oh,
train.
damn.
Because Pook's
yeah.
having a baby.
I know. 9
Rats,
months.
Pook.
You already have a baby.
You okay?
Hey!
Hey.
Ooh. The new
boy.
ooh.
Ow.
Oh no, Requiem. Pook's been subbed for 9 months.
Yeah. And has.
Oh
a
yeah,
baby
yeah.
dog.
Sorry, just to be. I guess
Baby
we should be
dog.
clear. Hey,
Yeah, we should make sure that we're not like
Spreading
implying.
rumors.
the babies.
Spreading falsities.
Ooh.
Some.
May no trees
Rats.
be burned in this party.
Yes.
But otherwise, yay!
An older meme, but it checks out.
12!
Hey, and Liz
Good
actually
number.
comes up with a number that works.
She just calls it out.
Yeah, I totally yelled a number last time.
Really? What
Yeah, I
did you
did.
say?
Well, she said not this, and I yelled that. Whatever it was, 3 or some shit.
Yeah.
Yay, doggo! Okay. Pook's doggo is... Okay, sorry. Pook's doggo is not on this channel, folks. Just calm yourselves, okay?
All we have are 3 very chaotic cats.
And they're all sleeping. Thank
For now.
Well, they've been locked up for quite a time.
Correct.
Ow.
You're gonna have forced quiet time, okay?
Oh, you're gonna have more doors in your next place.
Oh, I know.
Aren't you?
They're gonna have their own wings. I'm so excited. Yeah. Hopefully we'll go in the West Wing. I don't think.
Stay out of the
Yeah,
West
fine.
Wing. It's forbidden.
in the West Wing. Oh my god. Yes.
It's the end of a week, the start of a new one. Happy to be at this page turn with all of y'all.
A
50.
pick a number between 0 and 1 that's not irrational. Okay, 0.8. There, done.
Bosh.
Wait, not irrational.
Not irrational. That means it's a rational number.
Of course.
So that means I better not pick it.
Yeah, I don't know why my brain couldn't figure out what not irrational was. I'm like, I know what irrational is, but what's not?
Irrational. Yeah.
If we wanted an irrational number, we could go with 1 minus the square root of 2.
So much.
You shouldn't expect rational,
My
not with us.
My
God.
god. You're like slinking into the background here. Let's see if
It's
we
the
can.
darkness. It's not really the background so much as that is the darkness.
You're not playing Kieran.
See if we
Fuck
can do
that
something
guy.
about that.
So, Scott, you want to tell people who Kieran is?
Sure. So, many a moon ago, the first time thank you, Aragwen. It's true. No personal spotlight today. The very first time I played Exalted, as run by John, ages and ages ago.
God, it's awful. It's worse.
That's much worse.
All right, hold on.
We were playing second, actually, of all things, which I remember nothing about other than the word ticks. Anyway, I wanted to play a stealthy throne character, because that's my jam, the ninja types. But I distributed my dots a bit too
Badly.
generously. Yeah, like to everyone. Everyone got some dots. So basically, anytime I tried to like do anything, specifically throw a chakram at somebody, it would miss, and I would melt back into the shadows. That was like the whole game for me. I was like,
Yeah.
come out of the shadows. I throw the chakram. Did they notice? No, but it missed. Okay. Go back into the shadows. That was like the whole fucking game. It was wild. Yeah.
But you know who's not wild? We have She Who Knows 10,000 Things right here. Aragorn is in the house. Unfortunately, no Entropy's Disciple or Strength of Borders today. But it's not like we don't love the crosshair in Real Brick Wall.
Nar.
A tame owl?
That helps.
I don't know if you could call her tame?
She's a free range owl.
Free range owl.
Free range.
Organic owl.
Like free will in Sims. She's got it turned on.
Yeah. Are you saying you have to turn Aragorn on?
Or Free Willy.
I would really like this one. It's so no one does this. It's great. What are you doing? It's good.
No, I know that I have an unfortunate habit that I've picked up when I lean on my hands, but it's not this.
Yeah. Ah.
I prop myself up by my cheekbones using 2 digits. No,
Oh.
Don't. Just,
No.
Yeah. It's,
just don't do it.
Oh, I see. Okay. We're not
don't
gonna
do it.
We're not gonna do it.
Or that'll be the thumbnail this week.
It's not my turn.
I got the print screen button ready and I'm not afraid to use it.
Oh, I don't.
Hey, I hear that we play Exalted here.
We
So you
Yeah.
want to let people know whether or not you spent any experience this time around? 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, everybody!
Yay.
Oh, God.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
On camera, you two.
Wow. Not next week, Aragorn. Don't worry.
I haven't been the favorite for a long time.
Aren't you like always spending experience, John? I feel like your characters are always growing.
No, I was under the impression that I'm the favorite if none of you are.
Oh,
Makes sense.
thank you,
Plucky.
Plucky.
Plucky hero.
Thank you.
So good to see you back.
Yeah, we have a
Were
few
you
people
catching
here
up?
who are like, I think it's their first.
Oh, that's exciting. Like first live sesh.
Yeah.
At least of this
Yeah,
game.
because Plucky Hero, we've seen you before.
Yeah.
We're acquainted.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
are
Back in the
acquainted.
day.
Shiranosho?
Ooh,
Is that how that's pronounced?
could be.
Hmm. Who bought? We all
But
did.
XP was spent. I purchased a charm. I almost asked like people to choose between 8 and then realized that Arresta's going out into the ocean, so I purchased Unbreathing Earth Meditation, which lets me hold my breath for a really long time. So, with my 1 dot of sail, if I fall off the boat, I'll survive.
1 dot of sail is more than most people have in sail.
That is, yeah.
I have sail where it counts.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Thank
as
you.
someone who has no sail and is a fire aspect, I feel like I am decidedly in terrible positions here. I also bought a charm. I bought Heart Conquering Prowess from Heir to the Shogunate, which I'm really excited about. I just like this description. Such is the elegance and beauty of the Dragon-Blood's martial prowess that even her staunchest enemies must respect it. I get bonus dice on an attack roll. If it's a decisive attack roll, if it deals damage in excess of their resolve, boom, lower one of their negative intimacies towards me a level. Or if they have none, instill a minor positive tie.
So you
feels
can
real
basically smack someone into liking you.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you hit
dear.
them really hard and they're like, oh, but then you're on top of them and they look up at you and they're like, wow. You know?
Harrison
I think
Brevin,
that's
this
what's
is
going on.
perfect.
Tantalizing.
Yeah,
I can
exactly,
really
Gilad.
respect a guy who can clock me.
I mean, I do.
Jesus. Well, the reason why I didn't spend any XP last week is because I was saving up for an evocation. Sweet, sweet evocation, courtesy of John's brain. It's called Hopes of the Helpless.
Good.
It costs 5 motes and 1 willpower. All right, I'm going to read the whole thing. Some losses are actually sacrifices in disguise. When an ally falls or is otherwise removed from combat, the wielder may activate this evocation and make a reflexive Wits War roll, difficulty 2. Success immediately allows one of the following, with one additional choice per threshold success. Number 1, an ally currently in initiative crash may immediately roll join battle.
So strong.
Number 2, an ally immediately learns the exact location of local enemy placements, forces, supplies, treasured assets, not hidden by supernatural means. Number 3, an ally gains 3 bonus non-charm dice to their next combat movement action. Number 4, an opposing general's stratagem is nullified for the remainder of the battle.
What?
It's so
when
cool.
someone falls / removed
Yeah.
from combat / dies, like a non-trivial ally,
Uh-huh.
you use your artifact to go and like
It's literally, we can use this to our advantage in like evocation. Like, I can use
good.
this.
is that's wicked smart, as most interesting critter says. Yeah, no, agreed.
It's so good.
Oh my god.
It's so good. I
That's
love
wild.
it. I love
Just
it.
like the idea that you like send it off into the air and it's just like hovering around, you know,
Yep.
like a drone
Yeah.
or some such.
Yeah. She has a little remote in her bag, allows her to control it.
Wild. So good. Sweet.
Quick, Pyres, take one for the team, damn it.
I got this. Oh my god,
Fires.
yeet into the ocean.
I mean, that is technically something that you could do if you wanted to.
Doesn't yeah.
But when I say remove from combat, I mean remove from combat, not like, oh, I'm just gonna go and I'll come back. Like,
Ow. My
can I
head.
like can someone be watching from a cliff top with their hair blowing in the breeze? Like, is that removed?
Does Aaron?
Is it Zeron? Yeah, exactly. Oh boy.
I do enjoy watching things from up top with my
Oh.
hair blowing in the breeze.
Oh my. Counterpoint?
No comment.
No comment. Didn't think so.
Intimacies?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah.
Some basic ones. Sinus Bracken. I now have distrust and respect for her. Viren, still distrust. Quartermaster Juin, curiosity. And kissing Ciantel is the best.
Oh my god.
Minor. Minor principle.
Principle.
Bump that up
Principal.
to defining. Lock the 2 in the makeup closet. Go away.
That means if someone
That's right.
tempted you with kissing Ciantel, you'd be at a little bit of a disadvantage.
What can I say? Girls never kissed before, and she loves it.
That's
I don't know
lovely.
what to tell you.
That's really nice.
So
I like that a lot. I did not update any intimacies, and I wonder if I should, but they all look pretty good, so we're gonna leave it.
Don't you have like 3 scrolls worth of intimacies anyway?
I actually do. It's a lot.
you had to buy
honestly.
additional server space on Lockcast to accommodate.
I have a second character sheet. It's just in.
Uh,
Sorry. It's true.
You just put, like, a link.
directly, dear Mr. Humphrey.
Taking up too much space on our servers.
I mean,
put
we
a
do
spreadsheet.
support Lodcasting and Temmie's Patreon.
Yes, because
Oh.
this is a great service.
We all do,
Mhm.
right?
If anyone's watching from Lotcasting, we love you. Yeah.
You know, what else we love? If it's not intimacies, they're newspapers.
Ah.
Well, there's a story about anathema sympathizers. Though it's been some 2 weeks and more than enough developments have obscured the issue, many still wonder what of the sudden expulsions that happened in the dead of night before the first day of school. The intel report brings you confirmation that the families of one student from each fang were connected to anathema activities going back years, even before the abeyance of the Empress. While the other students were expelled as a matter of connection with these traitors, only speculation remains on the sparing of the lost hand. Were they above suspicion, beneath it, or simply too valuable to lose? A detailed review of the families and of the disappearances of the heightened sense may have the key to the answer.
Set sail by Time Between Seconds. Practice that breaststroke and buff up that beach bod, 5th years. Word behind closed doors is that all students in the 5th year are being sent on naval exercises for an indefinite time, possibly even the whole year.
Yikes.
Are they being kept safe or just out of the way? It's hard to say, but if anyone has any business with a student in 5th year, you should get it done in the next day or two.
And of course, heard in the hallways, quotes from various students in and around the House of Bells. What was Pyres doing stripping in the hallways this time? I thought the Lost Fang was supposed to be on lockdown. I hope Juin comes back. I had a lot of money on Bruin for secret faculty relationships. Sorry. Something's going on in the librarian's office if it's locked down that tight. You think there's forbidden books in there?
Is Gail writing in to these
Guaranteed.
newspaper?
I guarantee you she writes in every week.
Through like a completely ridiculous pseudonym, but a different one every time.
Oh yeah, 100%. She has to cover her tracks.
100%.
Yeah.
Bruin. Sorry,
my
that's hilarious.
Oh, we got another thing from Storm Quiet.
Uh,
Oh, and here's one from Hurricane Murmur.
from Shouty Breeze. All right.
It's just you scribbling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Folks out there in Chatland, we're going to take a quick moment to talk about RPG Clinic's new not really safety tools, things that we use. We have these cards, and they are useful to keep us safe. You, of course, in the chat do not have cards, but you do have options, and I'm gonna get to those in a brief moment. Allow me to use the terminology that we have here. The green card, the play card. You can show the play card without interrupting the game to let everyone know that no matter what's happening in the game, you're okay to keep going. This yellow card, the pause card, when you need to warn everyone about something important, especially if you're approaching a personal limit, use this, the pause card. Once you put it down, the game can continue. And of course, the red stop card. Use the stop card if you're not okay to keep playing. This brings the game to a stop immediately. Once a resolution is found and everybody feels ready to keep going, the game can continue. For us, it probably means we're going to go to a BRB screen, right? Because we're coming to you live in your living rooms or offices or whatever. And then you'll be able to, well, we'll come back when and if everybody feels ready. As I mentioned before, you, of course, in the chat don't have cards to keep you safe, but you do have options. If you feel like you need to communicate something, or if you feel unsafe, you can always message a mod. Tonight, that's Aragwen in the chat. You can always also message or whisper RPG Clinic. That goes to John. What else can I say? There's, of course, another option as well. If you're not feeling safe, you can always leave the stream. We don't want to see you go, but it's important. Safety first, right? So if you need to, you should. But we don't want you to have to. But keep yourselves safe, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really excited about this.
Every time, always a tool.
Always a tool. Never a spoon. Rule. I was going to say rule.
Always a tool, never a spoon?
Spool.
Spool.
Beckett play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Perhaps last tape.
Yeah. Which I saw with Michael Gambit.
Michael Gambin.
It was amazing.
Thanks, Liz.
Anyway.
Spoon. Well then. Is that it? Do we have any questions before we start?
If I just quickly, I'm just reminding myself what happened right at the end of last session. Aresta and I were potentially having a pillow fight
Yep.
in the dorm because Gail went to the bathroom and Siontel's not there either. And we apparently thought this was fine. So we're good. That's where I think we are.
I'm just imagining just what she would have announced before leaving. Ugh!
What?
Just, like, what do you say to someone when you're going and they're like, where are you going? And, like, you know that the answer is the bathroom. Like, some people are polite about it or discreet, and yet some people are just like, oh, man, and they just let loose, like, some disgusting, like, euphemism.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Gotta go drop some kids off at the pool.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
I don't think that's
It's
like
like-
Gail whispered
It's, yeah, no.
kind of motif, light motif.
I'm
Here.
going to avoid my vowels.
Somehow that's worse.
Yeah. But it does feel like something Gail would say
Yeah,
if she was like, "Fuck off and leave me alone."
basically. Oh, so
I
every
have to
day.
eject my sins.
Yay.
I still wonder if I could have spent my time at university better. Did I pick the right classes? Did I pay enough attention to my schoolwork? Or did I pay too much attention to my schoolwork and not enough living? After all, the whole deal of the university experience can shift from person to person to person. And of course, my degree is not worth much in terms of the
Wow.
amount of paper that it's printed on, but it's still a degree that I worked hard to get. I'm sure that out there are people who are academically inclined, and there are those who are not. Going to school doesn't necessarily mean that you're smarter, or that you are better, or that you are more suited than someone else. But it does mean one thing: you managed to make it through school enough to the point where people believe that you performed adequately enough to get a piece of paper and a handshake. Well, do you think that you're performing adequately enough for a piece of paper and a handshake? Maybe the piece of paper doesn't matter as much to you these days. Maybe the handshake feels like it would be to conceal a knife underneath the table. But you are still in school, for what that's worth. And maybe experience is the best teacher, or maybe it's just something that you get handed at the end of every session. True to form, Aresta and Pyres ended last session indeed basically hucking pillows at each other. Liz, do you want to let people know your role?
Yeah, I rolled 6 for smooching.
What did you roll?
I rolled
I
for
don't-
smooching.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It was,
I'd forgotten. Yeah.
I don't remember what the actual...
I think it ended up being appearance socialize.
Yeah.
That sounds right, eh? Yeah. Nice. Nice. 6 successes. Nice.
That's right.
But eventually people return to their bunks and night falls. And for once there isn't going to be another game. Not this time. It will be a day of classes. But when you wake up, do you have anything that you need to take care of? Any extracurricular activities aside from attending class that you're supposed to?
Huh. Sorry.
I mean, I want to try to figure out this artifact lock to Bracken's office. I'm hoping that between my knowledge of the occult and Siantel's knowledge of larceny, we might be able to figure out a way to circumvent it and get back into the office next time. For more snooping.
All right. You did previously already investigate this lock, and I did say that once you had time to figure it out, then I would tell you. The lock is indeed a minor wonder. This lock is special in that, in order to unlock it, whoever is holding the key itself isn't actually important. The key is, it's nothing more than a figurehead at this point. What's actually important is that the lock, in order to unlock, must be touched by someone who has previously attuned with the lock. So the key, funnily enough, if somebody else were to duplicate the key and attempt to turn the lock then closes and prevents the door from being breached completely. So attempting to pick the lock, same thing. In order to bypass the lock, the person who is attuned to the lock must touch it, or you must become attuned to the lock.
And only one person can be attuned to something at a time, right?
That's true of a weapon, not necessarily true of a lock. To attune yourself to the lock, though, that's a question. You're not sure how one does that for this particular lock. Now, there are a couple of ways that you might be able to get around this. The presence of the person is what's required. So maybe trying to pick the lock as long as Bracken is somewhere close by would work. Siontel does admit that when she has tried to breach the office in the past, Bracken may not have been in the library, and so it wouldn't work.
Okay.
She doesn't necessarily have to be touching the lock, she just has to be present.
Okay.
In game terms, I'll just make it clear. If Bracken is in the library, the office can be breached. If Bracken is not in the library, the lock cannot open. It could potentially be destroyed.
That doesn't seem like a very stealthy thing to do.
That would be the opposite, yes.
Or a very artifact-loving thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this lock. I want one for my diary.
Your diary.
Dear diary, I woke up sad today.
Aw.
Oh, that's it.
There's nothing else on these pages.
Okay. All right, cool. So now I'm just casting my mind to like the best time to try this. So that's what I'm figuring out.
Do we raise hands or what is it?
Yeah. What is it? Well, I also had some housekeeping, something Pyres wants to take care of, but I wasn't sure if Gale was. I'll let Gale ponder, I guess. I just wanted to say that because I don't think I got a chance to finish the letters that I had started. I was writing letters to my parents and also a separate one to Moral, who's off with the Legion somewhere. Byers is doing his best, and I think it's easier to do this in writing. He's doing his best to be very diplomatic and like a little effusive about how things have been. It's been a little strange at the House of Bells this year, but he's gotten to know Kathak Vieran, the Games Master. Or he might even say former Games Master, I'm not sure. But he... You
better be sure. The way that people may react to your letter is pretty dependent on whether or not you write present.
That's true.
Or
well, he
former.
has been fully ousted now, right? There will be no more games. So I could pretend that this was posted like a week ago, but I don't think that's a good play. Pyres is going to be honest. So, honest. He's going to say he has a good relationship with Kathak Vieran. So not that honest, I guess. He is fishing for information from his parents and from Moral. Have you ever heard of him? Is there anything that you think would behoove me to do to like get in better with someone, such a prominent member of our house, etc.?
One other thing is that you receive word that today, probably around the end of classes, Flavienne will be discharged from the infirmary and will be able to return to you. Much like Pyres, she's probably not still 100%, but which reminds me that I will return your motes and shit.
Oh, thanks.
Wrist.
Motes and shit.
Motes and shit.
And Oresta is going to find some time to stop at the library and look for, copies of the 6th and 7th tier books on anathema and anything related to, like, the wild hunt, and things surrounding, interacting with and defeating, anathema. How they can be tricksy. And whatever else.
Pyres would love a Cole's Notes of that when you're done, please.
And possibly some histories of specific events surrounding, like, big, powerful ones or particularly successful campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's got, like, a big-ass stack of books, probably.
All right, well then, you know what? Why don't you give me a roll here? This is going to be a, we're going to call this an intelligence lore.
Yay!
Quick, make a energy bolt.
Alright, I have something for Laura.
Hang on,
I'm
that
sure I
won't
have a
help you.
specialty, but I don't think I care too.
Your difficulty is
Difficulty?
only going to be 1, but, you know, threshold successes and all that. So while she's figuring that out, for the two of you, you've basically sorted yourselves out. I assume you're going to be attending class, or are you going to try to ditch?
I'm attending class.
Wow. I just want to, like, be out in the sun, man. Yes, I will be attending class as well.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Ooh.
So you've learned about anathema. I'm not exactly sure what you want me to tell you right here and now, though.
I'm not sure about right here and now so much as she's specifically trying to find guidance, but she feels like the most obvious person would have been Juin, except Juin is the anathema, so she doesn't know who to go to ask the questions that she has right now, so she's turning to books.
All right, I will give you the basics, and then if in the future you have questions, you can ask.
Yeah.
How's that?
Sure. I mean, I don't mean to make you give me like a whole lecture on the subject,
I
right?
will not.
Awesome. Awesome.
That will take too much time.
Exactly.
Take the tome, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I will tell you is
Yeah.
this: there are most of the things that have been written about anathema are very much colored by the people who wrote them.
Mhm.
Right? History is written by the victors, and the Dragon-Blooded are the victors against this. There are many documented atrocities by the anathema, which you have no real reason to believe are just propaganda, right? Like, I know that in terms of out of character, you were introduced to Exalted through the Solar Exalted. But you'll remember that the Solar Exalted are perfectly capable of being absolute horrid little shits.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
And this was back in the day when they had all the power, so they could be even worse if they so wanted to be. And so therefore, there's a lot of documents basically talking about how correct it is for you to go after anathema. However, it is militarily unwise to wage war against anathema who are established. It is completely the modus operandi is find them when they're young, send overwhelming force at them, snuff them out, the equivalent of taking a fire extinguisher to a tea light, and then turning around and just high-five each other as you walk away.
Yeah.
In reality, it's not always that simple. If an anathema isn't caught at the beginning when they exalt, this could take a lot of time. I will also point out that as of late, with the disappearance of the Scarlet Empress, it's harder for people to muster up a proper wild hunt every time one's called. There is always still an attempt made. No Dragon-Blooded house believes that it's a good thing to just let the anathema in. At least none of them are open about this. But committing like 10 of your best Dragon-Blooded that's a lot to ask. So sometimes we send 2. And sometimes those 2 realize that it's a little difficult, so they sort of say, well, we think we took care of it, and then they come home, right? Obviously, the books that you're reading don't have a whole lot of, oh yeah, we failed.
Yeah, of course not. No, but they'd be like, oh, they got away.
So,
Tricksy, evil creatures dumped us in a ravine and ran away.
yes. So, therefore, numbers are typically what is called for, but not just numbers, but also the knowledge that the anathema can never be trusted. And if the only thing that you can trust about anathema is that they will find some way to betray yours. You do find every once in a while someone writing about saying like, the anathema I fought with honor and dignity and died well, or the anathema was doing good in the community. However, this was most likely in order to start sowing dissent and then eventually turning them against the realm. So there is evidence to suggest that not all anathema are outright like, mustache twirlingly evil all the time. But that's what I'm giving you. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
In the meantime, classes. But classes are not terrifically important for you to sit through. So I will sum up, unless you have something that you specifically want to take care of at class. Gale whispered, of the classes that you share with Siontel, she looks like she is deliberately not sitting next to you, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't keep glancing over. She's not very good at being like super cash about the whole thing. But she is trying to make sure that she's not like, well, I'm going to sit next to you and then be thoroughly distracted as we furtively pass notes to each other under like desks.
I can write very fast.
I imagine you can. Pyres, those in your classes are starting to, because this is the first time that you've actually attended class in a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
You're getting some extra attention, both from your fellow students and from the faculty, who seem to be kind of leaning in a little bit on the whole like, oh, Pyres, yes, the Pyres. But as for Aresta, people seem to be giving you a little bit of a berth. Like a respect sort of falls over people when you walk into a classroom. But not the same kind of like fawning that you see people handing over to Pyres. More like, it's her. And as people look at you, they also are starting to see you beyond just the beauty who has entered their classes. Remember, you do have appearance 4. You've got the hotness going on for you. But now just the idea that you were the ones who walked in to that and walked out. And there are now rumors. Juin is gone. And she hasn't been seen for now a couple of days. So is Viren. And there hasn't been any official designation about what happened, other than that if either of them are seen, to immediately fetch faculty. And now there are rumors. Rumors that Juin was secretly an assassin that was sent to take out Tepet Nuven, and that you successfully drove her away. There are rumors that Viren was in fact Fakuf, in disguise,
Yes.
who has arrived in order to discover who might best make his next personal bodyguard when he returns to the throne.
A great fucking rumor. That's a great
all-
rumor.
It's Aresta, isn't it?
I really hope that's true.
But one thing that hasn't been whispered is anathema. Either these rumors are being quashed with prejudice, or it hasn't occurred to anybody that something that serious could have happened. For some reason, an assassin looking to take out the Commandant is more believable than an anathema who has been under everyone's nose for a decade.
Yeah.
Aresta is really thankful for this respectful space she's been given so that she can pay attention and try to catch up in class, because she isn't Gale. She can't just miss a week of class and be totally fine. So she's like, let's take notes.
I like this space that everyone's given because I need to air out these guns.
Yeah, just like over 3 chairs in the back.
Yes.
Oh, at the front, rather.
Oh my god.
My God.
Seemed like you were maybe gonna say something, Scott.
I think knowing that like eyes are upon him, I think Pyres was thinking about trying to sort of broach the subject of anathema in class, like respectfully, but it's risky. Like it's which is his middle name, obviously.
That is an interesting thing. I'm going to ask you to roll me.
Okay.
This is going to be your wits socialize
Okay.
to see if you can figure out the right time. No, your wits presence.
Thanks. I'll spend a couple modes. Okay, coming in real fast. Rolls an automatic check. Okay. What's presence?
Wisens. Wisens.
In terms of how I'm going about this, I'm obviously, paying attention to the cues around me. I'm waiting. What I'm specifically waiting for, I think, is an opportunity in class to bring up, threats to the realm. Because that would oh, well, we're talking about these threats, but the real threat, we all know, it's the anathema, right? Like, that's what I'm looking for.
The real threat are the friends we made along the way. Go ahead.
If I know anything, it's probably, yeah. All right, here we go. Yes. 5 successes. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Towards the end of the day, in a class that all of you are actually participating in, this is in a big lecture hall, and this is history of campaigns.
Oh, nice.
The professor who teaches this class is one of the better ones that you have. Clearly, he is charismatic and has a lot to offer. He was a former general who has since retired from field duty due to injury, and has decided that the best way that he can serve the realm is to now make sure that the new commanders can be brought up with the best knowledge that they have. He is, we're gonna pull this from memory. All right, so he is Pelops 7 Fingers.
Ooh.
Is that an actual descriptor for him?
No,
Okay.
no, he has
Just ask.
Yes, war injury. It could be like his sword holding.
possibly,
Yeah,
but
could be.
no, his name is Pelops 7 Fingers.
Yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
Now, I know that all of you out there are just itching for the chance to go up against one of those anathema, yeah? They're not the real threat. I don't know what they've been telling you. Dangerous, yeah. But we took care of that real threat. Years and years and decades and centuries ago. So why are you so worried about them now?
A long arm shoots up from wherever the hell Pyres is in the room. And he
And of
jumps-
course,
to
normally
speak.
people don't care, but once it becomes clear, once you start speaking, like practically every head goes.
Sir, I have to respectfully disagree, but I would like to know why I am wrong. You say that the anathema are not the real threat, that they've been defeated. We know this isn't true. The Wild Hunt continues to hunt down fledgling anathema. Perhaps some escape. Sir, if they're still out there, how can we prepare ourselves? How can we defend ourselves if they come at us with their words, with their thoughts?
The reason why they're not a threat is that we already take care of them. Yeah? Look. They're crafty. No one's saying they're not. At the same time, what? Hold on.
Recalibrate.
Yeah, no
Slid
shit.
halfway across the planet. Just
This is me whenever I try to do an Aussie accent. It becomes like something different.
At the same time, yeah, gotta be careful. But that's on an individual basis. You're not going to be leading an army up against an anathema anytime soon. And then there's like a quiet, and he realizes that he said something incorrect. Now, I don't mean any disrespect. Our friends from Tepet suffer great losses. Now, don't you worry. We'll take care of this, yeah? Yeah. Gale whispered.
Are there plans to launch another campaign in the future, though? It sounds like one is in the midst of being planned.
Now, you are the future of the realm. Right? Right here. And if you're the future, Shayla. No, he does not call you a Shayla. If you're the future, then it might be your campaign.
So there isn't one being planned.
I'm not at liberty to discuss whether or not there's a campaign being resolved against the Bull of the North.
I would like to read intentions and try to determine his intentions with this scene.
Sure. It's Giles 3.
Okay.
Incidentally, no, he does not have an Australian accent. Australia doesn't exist in creation.
I don't know. The West is pretty broad. A lot of islands out there. I'm just saying.
What?
What? No. What?
8 successes?
What?
All right, I'm going to tell you, but I'm also going to let you ask about an intimacy if you wish.
Thanks.
Yes. We like 7 fingers, that's for sure.
His intention is to reassure everyone that the anathema are not a threat.
Okay. Well, let's read some intentions. I mean, I want to read intentions towards anathema, but like I'm looking for fear-based ones, to be more specific.
Fear?
Yeah. He's trying really hard to put us at ease.
He has a minor intimacy of the fate of the House of Bells. Fear.
Oh.
Aressa's arm goes up now.
We're such shit.
Just keep bouncing it around. Hey, this is how we work.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I certainly have thought that my future may lie with the Wild Hunt. And I was wondering if you had any advice to share with us about what a scout would do if they encountered an anathema on their own. And
Roy, let me tell you a story.
Yes.
Now,
We're all like,
he doesn't
Aressa's eyes light
normally
up.
tell stories. Except he totally loves telling stories. If you want to get one of his stories, you have to catch him out of class. Because he typically believes that class is like, well, we've got stuff to do here in class. We'll talk about this stuff later on. And you typically have to buy him a drink. And then he will talk however long you
No.
want. He only ever has one drink, ever. But one drink seems to be enough to get him to talk quite a bit. But for some reason today, he's feeling generous.
it's our charm.
Yeah. Back when I was just a young lieutenant, yeah, I was visiting It was, you know, the city of Gem.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Gem, lovely city, lovely people. But obviously, I was apart from the rest of my team, as it were, and I was trying to figure out a way to get back to them. It wasn't that easy, but when I found myself in this lovely little shop, I encountered someone who suddenly seemed very nervous, sweated a lot. Yeah? This accent's atrocious. I'm gonna have to practice this again. Wow. Forget
They're
it.
not coming on the naval trip. That's this NPC is not coming with us. 7 fingers.
I love him.
Me too. Big fan.
He's great.
Huge fan. Sorry.
Last time on ExalTwitch. That's what I'm trying to play in my brain.
5 accents of blended.
Hey!
I mean, look, I gotta own this right now. It's been a very long time since I've attempted
That's
this
right.
accent, so.
200% commit.
Yes.
Had a smile on him. Wonderful smile. No, fuck. Anyway, okay, never mind. So started sweat, and I started to wonder, you know, like maybe he was sick or ill or whatever. So I go up to him and I say, hey, mate, everything all right? And does a runner. Please.
We're all like leaning forward.
Yeah. What happened?
Now, I'm young, dumb, full in my head of things like glory, honor, fame. And I think I might be able to catch something here. What, Eric? Or did you think that I was going to complete the Point Break reference? Because no,
yeah,
that's not
I
what I
thought
was.
so. Actually, I really thought so.
We all did.
So I run after him. And he's just booking it. See that his head starts to shine up. The way that you know the anathema do. And I think this is my moment. I catch this guy. I do it alone. I am set. I'm ready for this. Now, do you know why I'm standing in front of you right now? Because I thought different. And I stopped. I turned around. I found the rest of my crew. We went after him together. All of us. We lost 3 of them before we managed to take him down. Now, do you think I would have been able to handle him on my own? Gail whispered.
What types of attacks was he using?
Nice.
What type of weapon did he have? Was he using martial arts? Was he using sorcery?
Just used his words.
What did he say?
Convinced.
Can you describe exactly how it made you feel?
Convinced 3 of us to side with him. To help him. Claimed he was helpless. He was just a young'un. All he needed was just a bit of guidance. But that's how they get you. They don't give you the chance to figure things out right with your head. They just convince you. And you start questioning everything in your mind. So what you need to do the next time that you see an anathema is you remember old 7 fingers right here. And you remember no matter what, the general turned away. Don't listen to him. Don't chase him. Find your friends. Make a plan. Go after him. But only when you've got them all.
I'm definitely like looking towards Aresta in this moment before I sit down.
We ended up shoving him off a cliff.
Good thing heights works on everyone, huh?
I leapt off the cliff. I drove my spear right in his chest and fell. We went down 50 meters. Smashed right into a creek on the bottom. I speared him under the creek, and I stood on the top of that spear on one foot while I waited for me mates to get back down. And when they finally did, we made sure that he couldn't come up for air.
So that is incredible.
Some days you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, that's class. Go on. Go on, get out of here.
I'm gonna try to hang back a little bit.
I just got so many books with me right now.
Oh, gosh,
No,
look at
they're
all these
taking me
books.
so
It's just-
long.
I imagine it's everyone actually. It's just like,
Yeah, the Fang of the Lost Hand. I see you're still here. What's shaking?
Well,
We-
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Commander.
Sorry, Zoom. Oh,
I
Go.
certainly can't.
okay.
Yeah, it's you.
We have formed an alliance that is stronger than just our Fang here at the House of Bells, and our futures, we hope, will continue forward into battle out in the real world. And so, stories from encounters, stories from someone as successful as yourself are of great value to us.
I think you just like stories.
That's not untrue.
Well, it's more than that, sir. I think I certainly feel. I mean, you probably know me. I live in the present moment, but because of the incredible forward-thinkingness of my Fang mates, I feel like it's important for us as the generals, the soldiers, the strategists of tomorrow for the realm. We need to be thinking ahead. And what you said really stuck with me. If they can get inside your mind, what's to stop them corrupting the entire army? All of us.
Close the doors.
Clunk.
Yeah, you're not being very discreet about all this, are you? You don't think that the rest of the faculty doesn't talk about what occurred? Did Nuven talk to you?
She is the one who permitted us to leave the infirmary.
Right, but did she say that it was all right to start talking about anathema with the student body? You're asking questions, and people are going to start asking and right behind you.
We're pursuing our studies.
There's this like big sigh, and he chuckles and he smiles. Like he's not angry. You're pursuing your own studies.
In a manner of speaking. It's not untrue.
Right, why don't you just tell me what's going on so that I can actually help you?
We just don't see the benefit in being kept in the dark in regards to anathema and what they can do. If we are to be commanders, strategists, soldiers, and fight for the realm, shouldn't we be well equipped?
Elizabeth, if you could turn yourself up very slightly.
Mm-hmm. Do you need me to repeat that?
No, I heard what you said.
Yeah.
The likelihood that you're going to encounter an anathema, not very high.
And yet they are often cited as the main threat to the realm itself.
Right now, the main threat to the realm, if you want my honest opinion, is the fact that we don't have a Scarlet Empress. That's the greatest threat. Leadership.
I don't know whether that is something that any graduates from this school can solve. At least not fresh graduates.
So you want to go out hunting anathema? What, as a member of a sworn kinship?
You said that that you lost 3 out of your group.
Yeah.
If there are only 5 of us, we don't stand a chance, do we?
Depends. There's more than one anathema that's crossed me way. And anathema are all different. I know that the book's like giving them names. The wretched, the blasphemous. It's not right. They're all different. Just because they've all got the marks on their forehead doesn't mean that they're all the same. This one was a talker. What was Juin?
What?
What was Juin?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
I'd
Right.
like to read if he has any intimacies towards Yuan.
Sure.
Wow.
Gail's still 3.
God damn.
I'm
I
going to keep
thought
talking
this
while
was-
you're figuring it out.
I thought this was under wraps. This is bad news.
Now, Pyres, you go through quite a experience, shall we say, a couple of days ago. Then you come in here to me class. The first thing that you... 6?
Yep.
First thing that you're going to come at me with is, we need to know more about anathema. And what do you think I'm going to start thinking?
I'm gonna start. Maybe you're gonna start thinking that we just want to be prepared.
We nearly met the end of our lives. Now we're thinking about our future.
You rolled 6, which means
Yep.
that you doubled, which means that I'm going to let you ask about 2 things.
So, intimacies towards Yuan?
Yeah. And?
We already got a read on anathema.
No, you didn't.
No, it was
You got-
fear-based, wasn't it?
You got the scene, and then you got fear.
Fear.
So anathema.
Mm-hmm.
He has a minor tie of respect towards Juin,
Makes sense.
and he has a minor tie of respect towards anathema. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he, like, loves them,
Yeah.
but he definitely seems to respect them. Now, I've been a teacher for a long time. This ain't me first trip around the old paddock here.
She's also not the only one that's gone missing.
Well, Vierin's a prick. And he glances at the door as if to be like, it is closed, right?
That's good, right? Pyres is like,
The Aaron's a prick. Foisted upon us. We had to deal with him because that was the rules. But he's not here anymore. So, he's a prick.
Sir, you'll our apologies for not being more forthright. We were debriefed by the Commandant, as you know. Just know that what we're doing, the Fang of the Lost Hand is doing so in order to make sure that this institution lasts, well, as long as the realm.
Now, that's not your responsibility. It's my responsibility. And Nuvens and Garavels and every other teacher around here. Your responsibility has to be on your education and your career. How many students have been through the House of Bells?
Thousands.
Gale quotes the exact number.
Incredible.
Smart ass.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, God.
House of Bells will be here when you get back. The House of Bells will be here when you graduate. The House of Bells will be here 500 years down the road.
That's what we thought about the Scarlet Empress.
Things change, sir.
He starts to laugh and he shakes his head.
Commander's right.
She's a pillar of our society,
Too clever by half.
and even you act like she's gone. Not that she's doing something beyond our comprehension, that this is all a clever plan of hers.
Because I'm thinking about this as if I'm a general. What I've got is I've got cut communication. My commanding officer is not present. Now, does that mean that I stick around, shoving me thumb right up me butthole?
No, sir.
No. What makes a good commander is knowing when it's time to command. And right now, I don't have a commander up at the top. And don't start talking to me about Fokuf.
I wouldn't have, sir.
I can't assume that she's coming back. It's been 5 years. If she does come back, fantastic. Maybe we'll be able to right the ship. Head on out. But what if she doesn't? What would you do? Gale whispered.
I would try to unite the houses. Somehow.
Now.
And would delegate to deal with individual threats.
Citizen Untel. How would you unite the houses? Well, fuck, I wouldn't try. It might be the right sort of strategy if it would work, but how the hell do you get all of them together in one place? How do you get
Well,
them
you
to
determine
agree
what
on
each
things?
one is the most afraid of, and you deal with that issue for them. Then they are beholden to you. And then you do the same with the next one and the next one.
But what if everybody wants the same thing and they can't all have it?
They don't. That's the problem.
Everybody wants power. And there's only so much power to go around. Your strategy's not wrong, Gale whispered. It's just difficult. And it's impossible if we are trying constantly to win over each other, which is what's happening right now. Now, I know that I have my allegiances to House Pelops, but I also have my allegiances to my students and to the realm and to my own morals and to my own heart. The trick is that I got to balance all of those things all at once. Much in the same way that when I encountered that anathema and he talked 3 of me friends to just start dealing with him as opposed to us. Now I've got my house. I've got my school. I've got my students. All asking different things. What am I supposed to do? Who do I listen to? Because I'd love to listen to you. Because here's the other thing. The other thing that commanders don't want to hear. We're old. Being old makes you dumb. When you're young, you're dumb. We already established that. But when you're old, you get set. Your ways start to calcify. The rigging gets stiff.
Nice.
And while I might have the wisdom to understand where to guide the ship, I may not know the right place to go anymore. So tell me. Tell me, what is it that you're trying to do, and how can I help? And don't tell me that you're just curious about your careers.
I have a specific question then. You said that this young anathema, you said that he tricked you, he lied to you, he got into the heads of your friends and convinced them that he was helpless. Sir, my question is, how do you know that it was a lie? How do you know he was lying to you?
He reaches over in his desk and he pulls out a bottle. It is a magnificent bottle, all twists and turns. It looks like somebody basically took a long glass pipe and then bent it so that it took the shape of a bottle, except it's got, like, in order to get all the liquid out, you're just going to have to rotate your wrist like 1,000,000 times over.
It's so hard to drink out of it. That's fun. That's really fun.
And it's like, you're going to have to get me your flasks, canteen. I don't have enough glasses here.
Yay!
I don't. Because I'm a soldier. And soldiers fight for what they're supposed to fight for. Now, I told you that right now I don't have a commander, so I've got to make my own decisions. But the orders were clear. Anathema are to be destroyed.
So then we must make our own decisions.
If you have an outstanding order and you decide to ignore it, it's a court-martial. Or straight up, you get killed. I'm not saying that you got to obey every order that you're given, because some orders are dumb. But what I am saying is that you can't just decide that you don't like the orders that you've been given and then decide to go another way.
What happened to your 3 allies that were convinced?
Two of them we lost entirely. Killed them. They fought back against us, and it wasn't... at that point, it was just either them or us, and frankly, if I'm going to die, I'd rather take someone else out with me. One of them's still here. You seem to know him. You spent some time in the infirmary.
Arrest's eyes absolutely widen at that.
Yeah. Empires is going to say Garavel, just to put the name out there.
His career got derailed by it. And while we can understand that anathema can do some pretty awful things to your brain, he was on the fast track and fell off it. He's found a way to serve the realm now. I'll still trust him. It wasn't his fault. There's a reason that we don't have the same rank.
We don't. What? Sorry, what was that?
Have the same rank.
Okay.
How did you resist? How is it that some of you were... Is it just a natural affinity, being stronger of mind?
Oh, I lost a quarter of my brain when a Grim Cleaver came after it, and back in... Oh, that was 312 years ago. He's completely bullshit.
Okay. It's like, Jesus, you're old.
We're all like, oh, really? Wow.
Wait a second.
The hell of it is, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Now look, it was a nice kid. He kept asking us not to kill him. And at the same time, he was turning ourselves against each other. So what am I to do?
What are we to do? How do I become stronger of mind? How do I resist that kind of influence?
Well,
They're so...
Right now, you're already
tricky.
doing it. You've already started thinking along those lines. There are ways to protect yourself. But the first is that you got to realize you need the protection. Those who go forward and they say, I can resist anything, they're the ones who are the most vulnerable.
Well, sir, that's why we ask the questions in class that we do.
No,
How
you're
are we
asking
to
the
know
questions
what we
because
should
you've
be building?
encountered an anathema. Because
Yes.
now you've got the taste for it. Now you survived. Trust me, that is a remarkable accomplishment. All 5 of you? But why on earth would you want to keep doing it?
We don't want to keep doing it, sir. But anathema continue to appear. So there's a decent chance we will come across another one. We should be prepared. We should be prepared. We shouldn't be protected. This should be a part of our education. Also, how powerful was this mind control? If fully established Dragon-Bloodeds couldn't resist, then what would happen if it was put up against, say, a Death Lord? Are they more powerful than them? What?
Everyone goes.
I was thinking of thorns. What?
He just reaches down and he pulls up the bottle, not his glass, and just...
Glug, glug, glug.
Sometimes I wonder whether you should be teaching. If you already know about that sort of thing.
It's an obsession of my father's specifically, but my entire house is quite focused on thorns.
Can I read intentions on Gale Whispered real quick?
Yeah, can I write a new intention for you to find real quick? What are you hoping to find?
well, based on what you just said, intentions towards your dad. You don't have to write one, but like, what's your guile? Sorry to interrupt.
It's 3.
Thank you. What's my pool
Guile.
today? Ooh, I don't know. What do I want to say here? I think Pyres is gonna like, he knows that Gale isn't necessarily this kind of person, but like at the mention of like the obsession of the fathers, Pyres is gonna look to her and go, oh, and like maybe like reach to like touch her arm. Oh.
It's 2 extra successes.
Thank
Not
you.
sex.
Successes.
Dice,
Holy shit.
dice.
Yes.
Fuck.
No, that'd be great.
Hey, no, go for it. That was a 3rd level stunt. All right.
Holy shit.
Ooh, girl.
Oh my
Yeah, I got
goodness.
5. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do
Thank you.
is I'm going to tell you that Gale's intimacies towards her parents are lumped in with her intimacies to her house. And that is intentional.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
minor Principal, my house is close-minded.
This is minor, sorry?
Yep.
Okay.
Another
You only
minor
have to
one.
give one.
I want to
Threshold.
give a second one, if I may. Can I give
Sure.
a second?
Go ahead.
To be close-minded is to have already lost. Because they're companions.
All right. You could put a semicolon between them and make it one thing.
Pretty much.
Now you realize that I'm the one who's taking you out. Yeah?
Makes sense. I don't think they've told us much about it yet, sir.
You're going out on the seas. I'm taking you away from this place. Now, I know that Nuven, ostensibly, it's to make sure that we can clean up around here. That we can make the arrangements. They're trying to get the 5 of you away from here for a bit. Because they think that there's going to be others who are going to arrive with questions. And they don't want them asking him of you.
Is it just a sea or is there a destination?
We're not going anywhere. We're going down to the beach.
Sir?
Getting on a ship. Running a few drills here and there. But we're not going somewhere off the isle.
No one ruined this. Yes.
Yes. Damn, how did you do that? Damn.
But it's going to be far enough away that when the inspectors come, you don't have to worry.
Thank you for your
Honesty.
your time.
Now listen. If there's one thing that I'll tell you, is that I'll make you a deal. Stop riling up the other students about this. And I'll tell you what you need to know. But right now, I'm worried that if we start getting everyone worried about anathema, it's not going to help. Panic is real. Witch hunts are real.
And how do we prepare instead of sowing panic?
Gradually. By talking to me, your other teachers. But you gotta take it slow. You can't learn everything in one day. Fuck, this accent
Gail
is
can.
awful. Oh, God.
And yet we love it.
Gale can. It's okay. He has an accent from somewhere in the realm.
No,
he has
it's
a
just,
realm
I'm going to have to, like, pull up my accent tapes again. And I haven't done this one in, like, a decade.
Dr.
Anyway.
David Allen Stern.
Yeah, he's been all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's lived widely.
Acting with an accent.
By Dr. David Allen Stern.
David
Yeah.
Allen.
The Australian dialect.
Oh my god.
Generals have a responsibility to their soldiers, sir, to maintain morale and to not sow panic, like you say. This is something we can all agree on.
If it ever comes up again, it could be dangerous. Come back tomorrow night. For an hour, we'll go over some exercises on how to steal your brains.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I want to make note of if there's any sort of label on any of the liquor. That's
Oh God, no!
No, there's nothing to even give me a hint as to whether
This is
it's...
straight up hooch.
Okay. Well, I mean, if he drinks hooch, then I don't necessarily care about getting.
It seems to be
fancy
something that
stuff.
he's made himself.
Okay.
It tastes
Damn.
magnificent, but it definitely doesn't have like a.
You know, it's not.
It's not a
specifically
refined
brandy
quality.
or
No.
specifically whiskey or whatever. But I'm gonna try to take note of something in the
awesome.
realm of that and try to get a bottle of something like that.
Yes. I love secret classes, private classes, whatever.
Yeah.
As I understand it, Flavienne be all right at that point.
Yes, sir.
You bring him.
Yes, sir.
You bring her back here. Well, now you bring her back here, and we'll see what we can do. No one else.
Of course, sir.
Fuck, Krister comes back when I'm doing this character? Fuck me.
Hi, Krister.
Hi, Kristen. Yay.
No
Thank
hooch
you.
here. It's okay. We're leaving this person
Yeah,
behind.
thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank fuck.
Thanks, sir.
Bye, sir. Enjoy your hooch. I don't. I
You're my
obviously
favorite
do not-
customer.
Thanks. You're my favorite customer. You're my favorite customer.
Foresta,
Yes, sir.
remain.
Yes, sir.
Every single one in your fang have got a weapon except you. You want to explain why?
My body is a weapon. My Tetsubo is perhaps a standard weapon, but it is still perfectly sufficient in my hands. There's no Tetsubo owned by my grandmother, so the family had higher priorities for the weapons they had at their disposal. Pyre's got two.
Iris throws some money up in the air outside.
What the fuck, Max?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for throwing shade, but like,
Ran out of toilet paper. I thought I'd
use some of this jade currency.
Jesus.
Because you're poor.
well, I am aware of the benefits of artifact weaponry.
Now, I don't know much about Tietsubos. Not really my thing. But as long as you're alright with it, I should tell you that if you are planning to go up against Anathema, you're going to need whatever edge you're going to get.
I have yet to need medical attention in all my time at this school. Can I? Lore.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And while I am aware that Anathema are an entirely different wheelhouse, I'm much more concerned with the assets available to my allies before my own.
You want to make sure that your team is well equipped. I can respect that, but let me think on this.
I appreciate your concern, sir.
It's not that I have anything to give you, but you've earned a certain amount of notoriety.
I
So
would
people
hope-
are looking out for you at this point. You
would-
be-
I would hope that I don't need bells and whistles to keep it.
bells and whistles. He reaches under his desk and then he pulls out a fire wand and puts it right on the desk. It is a magnificent example of the weapon that is usually only found in the south. A fire wand is essentially a flamethrower.
Pretty slick.
Now, I hate this thing, but I keep it. But it's not bells and whistles, you gotta understand. It's...
But it requires some of your focus. You need to
This
dedicate...
isn't an artifact.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's a weapon.
Yeah.
It's a nice weapon,
Yeah.
but it is not an artifact.
Oh, okay.
This is a bell and whistle.
No, I hate this thing,
Oh.
but it's been a gift that I've kept with me. You can't use this, can you? The use of a fire wand is not something that you have any training in, and honestly, your stats would not make you any better at anything, considering.
I could attempt it if I was in a situation where it was the only weapon available, but effectively, no.
Some questions.
Trick is, the woman who gave me that gave it to me because she thought I needed it. What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
At least with a sword, I know you stick them with the pointy end.
On a ship, this could destroy the very thing that's keeping you afloat.
Yes.
As a general, I'm not often on the exact front lines, so I can't use it unless I'm right in front of whoever I'm trying to... And yet I keep it because it meant that somebody else thought that I needed it, and it meant that they cared about me. So, it's not just bells and whistles. Right. But I don't have any tetsubos, so go on, get out.
Thank you, sir.
He picks it up and then he puts it back where it sat and just...
She leaves and tentatively closes the door behind her.
Yep. So then we've got special classes.
At least these ones are going to be particularly relevant to our current situation.
This is wonderful.
All for drills that involve, you know, all of our class, but that's not likely to be how we next get into trouble.
Agreed. I think it's important that we keep an open mind about what everyone, which is underlined by his voice, what everyone's intentions might be towards us. But if we have a way of being prepared in case it's all been a lie, that can't be a bad thing.
Out of the corner of your eyes, Leanne is starting to run towards the 5th year barracks, and Flavienne is leaving the infirmary.
How does she look?
Much like how you look. She's okay.
A little fucked up, but cool?
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Moving a little stiffly, but otherwise...
I'm torn. I'm gonna go towards Flavienne, but like maybe keep my eyes on.
She's carrying what looks to be like a satchel, which she has not been carrying before.
But yeah, we'll go and not collect, but like go and see how Flavienne's doing.
So in the end, I only get to miss one day of class?
Raw deal.
That doesn't seem like it is fair.
It was kind of a cool one too.
I took
Sorry.
notes for you, don't worry.
I don't think that was the.
The more we miss it, the harder it is to catch up.
How was last night?
So much has happened.
Oh, I thought we would have reported to her, so she at least knew.
We're taking care of it now. You are
Yeah.
not bad friends.
Yeah, no, it's
No bad friends.
We're here and alive.
That's a good start.
It was very instructive.
That's quite vague.
Let's just mosey on back towards our barracks.
Why? Can
We should get that, and then point to the satchel. Set that.
Wait, no, it's Leanne carrying
Leanne
the
has a
satchel.
satchel. Okay. Well, let's get back to our room. See whether Leanne had some new message for us. New trouble.
So
Yeah.
Leanne has delivered a message to each room in the 5th year barracks announcing that you are going to be reporting in the next couple of days to the courtyard, whereupon you will be headed out towards the docks for naval drills.
Okay.
It is now an open,
Secret.
not a secret, it's an open order.
Right.
So you guys are all going out then, I guess.
Seems like it.
Okay. Good luck.
Are you gonna be okay back here?
I don't need 5th years to look after me. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. After all, the Vieren's gone. There are no more games.
Yeah.
No one else has been bothering you?
No.
I want to look to see if she's fidgeting with anything in particular in response to my inquiries.
She's it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's pretty clear that she's not being
Yeah.
completely truthful. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Well, I'll take a half step closer and just kind of lean in a little bit. Yeah, it's us. You can tell us. And I'd like to attempt to persuade her to tell us what's on her mind, using her minor intimacy of trust towards the Fang of the Lost Hand,
Sure.
which I instilled.
That I instilled.
No, I did that.
Sure.
Oh,
Go ahead
was a
and
little
roll.
weird, eh?
That's going to be a charisma presence.
Thanks.
And you can
I
get your 2
will.
dice for that.
Oh, yes. Spend 2 motes. What up? Okay.
They do when solars set them on fire, Sleepy Magpie.
That could have gone better. Oh no.
Shit.
Wrong one. Nice. Cool. 6 successes.
I've been getting a lot of questions from the faculty, and I think that Nuven is trying to figure out whether or not I had anything to do with it, considering how often I was delivering messages from the Aaron. So I'm all wrapped up in this, just like you are. Frankly, I'm surprised they're not shipping me out of the ships.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if, the House of Bells had a few more visitors while we're away. Just asking, I'm sure, about, I gesture towards the, where the fire was.
Perhaps you could find a way to work yourself up to communication duty between the coast and the school. There'll be an entire school year worth of students wanting to stay in touch.
I still have class.
But, if you see that there are going to be a few too many questions answered one evening, perhaps you could find a way to be elsewhere if you need to.
She looks up at Pyres, and there's a bit of, puppy dog admiration in her eyes. I know that the faculty are also specifically trying to protect you. All of you. Protect you and make you scarce, so that you can't answer any questions. They're really worried that it could mean a lot of trouble if it gets out. And I don't even know what they're thinking might get out. Is it true that Chuin has secretly been plying all of you with weapons so that you can form a mass insurrection and take over the House of Bells?
She's been teaching us how to make the best baked goods so that we could make Bracken sell her all the secret books.
Gotta be careful, Leanne. That's how new rumors get started.
Okay. I'll make sure to tell you if I find anything else out.
Be careful.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm just kidding.
Well. Goodbye.
See you in a jiffy.
Yeah, we're not leaving just yet, Leanne. If anything happens, of course, you can always come here, as long as we're here, of course.
Okay. But still, I've got to get back and I've got to give this satchel back and get more messages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll salute. We can salute. And then she turns around and she starts running away.
Oh boy.
She seems different.
Yeah, she's worried that the commandant is coming after her about something she doesn't know anything about.
Well,
No,
I
she's-
warned her that this would happen, and she didn't listen to me, so
She didn't have much of a choice, Gale.
I said she was getting in over her head, and she said she could handle it.
She's caught the most common ailment at the House of Bells. Pyrositis.
Oh boy.
I hear there's no cure, and it's terminable.
Interminable.
Interminable. There is
the
a
only
cure.
cure is to get to know him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I want to like give her props.
Gale also laughs for the first time ever. No, I have a sense of humor about myself. I can here. Let me try one on for size, okay? The only cure for Pyrositis. Oh no, you just made that joke. Hang on. Give me a sec. Pyres is gonna like go behind a little screen, and then come out and do a little stand-up routine. Hey everyone, name's Pyres. You may have heard of me. Everybody has. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on this.
Stand-up comedian may not be your future.
What the
So-
hell is Commander?
What they didn't tell me was that I had to spend all this time in the infirmary because I was just exposed to too much of him.
Yeah,
Can be
it's,
dangerous.
I'm going to bed.
Got the
She's not going to bed. It's like
Yeah.
just after classes.
Anyway, we catch her up on the events of.
Oh yeah, so yeah, exactly. We let her know about. I mean, I think specifically.
So you're being brainwashed,
No.
but you're worried about being brainwashed.
I am.
Yes.
I just want to know how it works.
Well, like, she's obviously got a plan, right? She wouldn't have been here for this long if she didn't have a plan. And, like, maybe she does think she cares about the students, or maybe she does care about the students, but maybe she's using us to, like, serve her own ends. And she said she has allies that helped her, which means there's maybe more of her kind. So how do we, like, talk to her without getting brainwashed while also trying to find out who all her friends are, so that when we do act, that we get all of them, rather than just knocking down one to have 10 behind?
And we have 2 days.
I have a lot of homework.
At the core of this.
Oh no, it's so pure. Oh, God. This is so relatable.
Relatable content.
Dude. Oh God.
Anyone else been having those dreams? Like, I'm sure that everybody has these dreams. Anyone else having those dreams where like you haven't done one class or one exam and it means that you can't graduate?
That, like, literally happened to me, though. But that's a story for another day.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
Oh boy. I think the crux of it for me is if she doesn't like what she is, if she believes that she is anathema or an enemy to the realm, if she loves the realm more than herself, then we can trust her, because what she wants is in our best interest as well. If we think that's a lie, then we need to be very careful. Yes.
I'm worried that that's not exactly the way that I would look at it. She might love the realm, but she's still an enemy of it.
Like, you can have good intentions and pave the way to hell, right? Like, you can... What she thinks is right could be completely clouded by what she's become. Who cares if we, let all the children die if it means that we, get the Empress back on the throne? Like, who knows, right? Maybe it could be something that blatantly evil.
We already... You're right. No, I don't know if that is right. Here's the problem, okay? We're all learning how to command. And one of the things about command is that you suffer losses. It's inevitable. You don't have battles without casualties.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have battles without casualties, that means that some people inevitably are going to get hurt or are going to die in order to get what we want. So what's the difference? Would we rather have 50 people die and it saves the realm? Or 500,000 people die and at least we have the moral high ground? Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Wow.
69 gift subs.
Hang on, here it comes.
Ding! You can retire now. Thank you so much for your contribution. Sorry.
Well, of course you're right. There are always going to be casualties in combat, and so we need to weigh the potential gain with the possible loss.
At least we won't lose.
Why not?
Because that's who we are. We don't lose. We haven't
like
lost
that.
before. We won't lose again.
That's a good attitude to have. I guess
The more times we win, won't it just mean that when we do, it'll be all that worse?
I just don't know. I wonder about what you said, Flavienne.
What's that?
You said you can want to serve the realm but still be an enemy of it. But the realm is not as strong as it once was. I think we can all agree. It's starting to crumble under its foundations. Look, I'm not an architect. I think we need all the help we can get.
An arm that has become gangrenous. It's still an arm, but it will kill you. Well, not us.
I guess all I'm saying is who you are isn't necessarily defined by something as simple as where you were born.
You
Your
really
house-
think you'd be the same person, Pyrus, with a completely different upbringing?
No. No, of course I'd be a different person. But it's a combination of things that make you who you are, including your own choices and decisions. And I just think that if someone is branded a traitor, it may be fairly or unfairly. Does that make sense?
I think that's what she wants us to think.
I think that I don't have appropriate clothing for the beach, and I'm going to have to work that out.
What was that? Sorry.
Right, I'm facing away from the microphone. I think that I don't have appropriate clothing for the beach, and I'm going to have to figure that one out.
Oh no.
We could go into the village and go shopping. Okay.
Have you never been shopping?
I mean,
I'm
Ardith
saying
is
this,
right
but
there.
Liz
okay.
doesn't know if that's a thing that people do. Also, did I just suggest that?
Yeah, you definitely did.
Can't believe I'm the one saying this, but I think we're overthinking this.
I think
Well, I
we
really-
are
Well, that's it.
for
Yep.
tonight.
Seen everything. Yeah. I've already seen everything.
Do you have anything else to accomplish for this evening?
Find Flavienne something to wear to the beach. It's priority number 1.
She has plenty of amazing things she can wear to the beach.
Oh,
She's
well,
just worried that she
off
doesn't
then.
have the latest thing to wear to the beach.
Ugh,
Aww.
that's actually really
We'll
sweet.
write to our parents for extra dispensations for the best nautical fashion.
There's no
My
way that a
parents
letter will
would
get to your
never
parents
give
in
me
2
money
days.
for that.
That is true. So, yeah. No, I do not have anything else to accomplish at this time.
I wanted a dress. I
Oh.
don't have one. It's very sad. Okay.
You know, there's one thing that we could do.
Hmm?
We could go get the dire lash.
Yep.
Hang on, we don't know where it is.
Yes, we do. We know
Where
where
we
it was
left
last seen,
it?
and we could track it from there.
I don't. Can't just track a whip.
Why not?
Well, it's probably not being dragged along the ground.
No, but
Yeah,
it's being
but-
picked up, and then you track those tracks.
Oh, there's absolutely no way, by the way, that it's still like on the ground. Like,
No,
that's-
for sure. For sure.
Somebody has taken it, and unfortunately, tracking a whip would be, it would be impossible to track it like you would do that because you lift a whip off the ground, and then if I handed it to somebody else, you wouldn't necessarily know. So you can't like track it using survival. You'd have to figure out where it was otherwise.
Right. Well, there's.
But
one
it is still
person-
possible to figure out where it is. I mean, it's an artifact weapon.
So
Well, there was. Yeah.
last night, it sounds, assuming we're believing what she said, that she doesn't have it, which means someone else has it. Now, do we think Viren picked it up? Or do you think someone picked it up after the fire?
He
No,
was in the-
it deliberately you saw it when you left your tunnel. You left it behind.
Right. Yeah, it was. I believe it was still on the ground when we
Oh.
were. Yeah.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Well, the last person of authority in the glade then was Garavel. And a bunch of students, but, somehow I don't think Brevins got it, tucked under his pillow. But I could go find out. No, maybe I should. No, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, I want to pick Garavel's brains about
Oh, my brains!
his history with having been swayed by an anathema. But I don't know how to do that politely.
Bring
So
along
I heard
someone
you
who's
failed.
very impolite, so you look polite by comparison. So I heard a solar got into your brain. How was that for you?
Wow.
Honestly, coming from you, I think that would be completely acceptable.
Wild. What a wild idea.
I would also like to go and speak to Bracken as well, either today or tomorrow.
Okay, who wants to do what? You.
Sleep tonight. And do
Scott.
homework.
Sleep and do homework. That's good. I
Leaving you behind. Gail whispered.
Yep.
I'm going to talk to Bracken.
Cool.
Unless somebody else has a plan, and I'll join them. But
Back to Scott.
that's my solo plan.
Oh, Garavel. I'm gonna try it.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, I want to hear that too.
You two can go together and stop by place 1 and place 2.
Yeah, there you go. Done.
Cool.
So where are you going?
Duo.
Where are you going?
Bracken?
Sure.
Bracken. We're
Sure.
going to see Bracken.
All right.
Sinus? Bracken. Sinus, right?
Bracken is sitting just outside the library. She's sitting cross-legged on an exquisite piece of silk that she's laid down on the ground. and she is nibbling at some biscuits when you arrive.
Incredible.
She's holding a book. The book is this massive tome. Think like the Exalted 3rd Edition core, but she's holding it using like 3 fingers and is just... And she's only looking at each page for about a second or two before thumbing it over with her thumb.
Does this count as being in the library, John, for the purposes of the lock?
No, it's not in the library. She's specifically outside the library.
Okay.
You must have read this one before.
No.
I try to like crane my neck and like see what it is.
It's actually one of Arresta's books.
Oh, cool.
That's nice.
Is it the romance?
Yeah.
It might be. I mean, it'd be hard for me to
That
tell.
was the
I
one
guess.
she borrowed, yeah.
It's
The
true.
romance.
Good point.
It's a big ass epic romance.
Nice.
Remember about a captain?
Yes, of course.
and
the
a look-shy
general.
general?
General, that's right. Shit.
I'd like to take out my offering. It's essentially a chocolate bar with a shredded coconut exterior with a jelly filling.
Ah. You could place that right there. What can I do for you?
I would like to understand the fancy lock on your office.
What lock? It's just a lock.
It's an artifact, and I want to understand it.
You can't keep secrets from Gale Whisper. I've tried.
She glances over at Pyres, and there's just... I'm not asking you to go.
Oh.
I am asking you to be a bit more careful with your tongue. Why do you need to know about the artifact lock?
Because I've never seen one before.
There are many
because-
things that you haven't seen. Why my lock?
It must be protecting something really important.
Right, did you think that this was going to alleviate my suspicions?
No. That's why I'm just telling you plainly. You have a coded message inside, and I'd like to know what it says. You probably have several.
What coded message?
From Juin.
Right. She stands up. She very deliberately folds the silk several times, lifts it. The treat that you gave her still sitting on top. Turns around, goes into the library, and then uncharacteristically, she bellows, "Everyone out!" And a couple of shocked students and assistants wordlessly file out of the library. Books left out onto the tables. Before I start grilling you, do you need the presence of your commander?
Do you think I should?
Pyres. Fetch.
I give a little like roof in response and trot out the door. Cheers. I'm on my way to get Arresta and bring her to the library at the request of Sinus Bracken. That's what I'm doing.
Now, as you leave, and you are left alone with Bracken, you have never violated my trust before.
That's right.
Why now?
Our trust is generally a little shaken lately. But it is a sign of respect for you, even though it doesn't seem that way, that I am actually giving this approach to you right now. I'm telling you plainly what I know, and I'm telling you plainly what I would like to know. This is a sign of respect because I still look up to you.
And this seems like a good idea.
It seems like an idea. A lot of my ideas aren't good ideas, but they're the ones I focus on.
You broke into my office.
I actually didn't say that at all.
You rifled through my things. You discovered coded messages. You have the gall to come here and ask about them. What strategy are you employing? What gambit?
The direct approach.
And the direct approach is the weapon you choose.
I'm through with our roundabout conversations. Bracken, I really am.
Fine. Then let's have a conversation. Are we having it with your friends Pyres and Aresta? Or is this just between you and me?
They are welcome to join if you are comfortable with that. I am comfortable with that.
Set up a board.
Oh, oh.
Not that one. Your board.
Isn't it?
And next to the table, she starts stoking a very, very hot fire. I mean, it was already lit, but now she starts building it higher and higher. As you two arrive, I assume.
Yeah, as long as Aresta's...
Yeah.
I mean...
And then
I'm like-
when I assume that you would bring Flavienne and Siantel
I would
with
invite
you.
them to join us.
And as they start walking in, Bracken looks at the two of them and she just points out.
Damn.
There's only room for 4 at this table.
Sorry, guys.
No, I'm tired with everyone dividing our fang. We are a fang of 5. If you do not have room for us, then you do not have room for us. But I will not allow this to continue. I'm happy to stand.
I can sit near the
All right. Is this a persuade or is this a threaten?
I guess it's persuade because she isn't trying to. She isn't trying to threaten Bracken.
Yeah.
So, what intimacy are you trying to play off of? Do you wish to see?
I think that she might have an intimacy towards fair play when it comes to
Okay.
yeah. Like, I'm thinking specifically towards Gateway, but I hope that it's maybe a bit broader than that.
All right. Well, I can't tell you the difficulty then, but I will let you roll. I will
Okay.
give you 2 dice for your stunt.
And this is manipulation,
Oh no, this is charisma, I think.
charisma, social.
You're standing up to her, but you're not trying to manipulate her.
Yeah.
This is going to be... No, this is socialize.
Okay. Then I'll spend some notes for an automatic success.
Aresta will not move.
So 1, 2, 3,
It's a great
4
fucking-
successes.
Very well. Then arrive, it will be 1-on-1, and the rest of you can sit. The doors are locked. No one comes inside. And I will have your attention for as long as you are in this library.
Understood.
And you will not leave until at the very least, the game continues. Do I have your words?
We won't leave until the game continues?
No, you do not leave as long as the game continues.
As long as, yeah, okay. That makes more sense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
For every piece you capture, I will answer one question. For every piece I capture, you'll have to find out. She sets up her pieces in a very aggressive stance. I don't mean like she's aggressively putting the pieces.
Right.
Like you get to set up your pieces as you choose on the gateway board when you first start, and hers is not a defensive stance. It's almost even a reckless all-out attack.
Damn. The direct approach. Pyres is bringing chairs for everybody, but he's going to make sure the door remains locked.
I try to create a compelling opening for her with some pieces while keeping some others in reserve, hoping she leaves them alone.
Okay. So, based on what you just said, I assume that you were taking a calculated approach to this game.
Yeah.
I want you
I'm
to
trying to use her emotions against her.
use her
I know she's
emotions
playing-
against her.
I know that she's playing an aggressive game now, so I'm hoping that makes her more predictable.
Very well. Roll me manipulation war,
Cut.
Chicka-choo-cha.
and I'll give you 2 dice for that.
Thank you. You know what? You know what?
Spend those
I
things.
do want to, so I think I'm going to.
I will roll opposed to you.
In the meantime, Pyres is just gonna kind of like, I guess, fill in Aresta and just lean over and be like, Gale just basically told her all the things that she did. Full out attack. I don't know what she's thinking.
Honesty. See what happens in response.
Yeah. I find it's
Okay.
a good
I
idea
have my
sometimes.
answer. Sorry, Scott, could you repeat that last one? I spoke.
Oh,
over
I
it.
was just, I was agreeing with Aresta. Sometimes honesty is the best thing we can do.
3 successes.
Okay. So as you start playing,
Yeah.
something is different about the way Bracken is playing now. Her eyes aren't even paying attention to the board. They just seem to be boring a hole in the back of your skull. And yet her fingers instantly, as soon as you make a move, however long it takes for you to think, she picks up a piece and just places it directly on the board. Always perfectly center in the square, or hexagon actually for a gateway board. We'll say it's a hex grid.
True word.
Hexagons are bestigons. But it isn't very long until she leaves one piece exposed. Now, whether it's because she moved too quickly or a gambit isn't exactly clear, but you have the opportunity to take the first piece if you wish.
Yeah, I will.
Yay!
First question. And you'd better make these questions good.
What is your real relationship with Juin?
If it were at all appropriate, she would be my wife. As it were, it is impossible for us to marry at this point in time. Therefore, she will merely be the one who I believe is the one who should remain at my side, however long I'm allowed to hold her. And then, with a vicious swipe, she grabs one of her legions and just smashes into your piece, sending it sailing into the fire, where it goes up.
But those are Gale's pieces.
Oh.
Your move.
Gale's strategy shifts to more aggressive one. So it's maybe even imperceptible to anybody else who doesn't know Gateway. Her expression does not change. but to aficionados, her strategy has completely shifted in that moment.
She shifts her gaze off to Aresta for a second. Did you put her up to this? To decide whether it's time for her to challenge her old mentor?
I would think you would know the answer, which is no.
Was it your decision that forced her to break into my office?
No.
Gale, another piece becomes available for you if you want it.
Yep.
But you recognize that if you take it, it will weaken yours position.
I'm going to take it.
Okay. Incidentally, she's not insisting that you throw her pieces off the board.
I know. They're still my pieces, so, you know.
Second question.
Who are you really?
You're going to need to make that more specific.
What are you really?
Oh, that's
Again.
right.
You're going to need to make that more specific.
Are you really Sinis Bracken, a terrestrial exalted?
No. And you have wasted one of your questions. She doesn't take a piece in response, but instead starts to encroach upon your territory.
I don't think that's a waste at all.
The fire starts to burn hotter. For Pyres, whatever.
He's downright balmy.
But it is hot in this library, and you can see that one of the books that's sitting on the edge of the table, its pages at the outset are starting to curl inwards.
I'm gonna save it.
Yeah, I'm.
Oresta's just quietly rescuing books.
Yeah, and like if there are bookshelves next to it that are also at risk, she's just
Not
like,
your book, by the way.
no, I know.
Your book has been put safely off to the side with her treats.
Doesn't matter. If there are bookshelves too close, she's just gonna lean on them until they start shuffling away.
Gale, you have the choice to either guarantee the capture of 2 pieces and know that you will lose the game, or reestablish your position to try to continue it and have the chance to win. I will point out, as Gale would know, that there was nothing guaranteed if you won, only for the pieces you took.
Yeah. I'm going to capture the 2 pieces.
Okay, well,
Okay,
capture
man.
them one after the other. It's
Yeah.
over the course of the game. But you can tell that, like, this is going to... You can't... It's not like chess where it's like, well, that's mate. But you know that this is going to weaken your position so much that it almost guarantees that you won't be able to win. Third question.
What are you doing at the House of Bells?
I am ensuring that as many students as possible are as equipped as possible to defend the realm against all threats, foreign and domestic. But I'm
Can I-
also here to try and protect Juin.
Sorry, what was that a separate sentence?
But I am also here to try and protect Juin. It is convenient that I get to do both.
Can I read intentions on this statement? Intimacies towards the realm, just as she's doing this.
Sure.
It's getting hot, so I will unbutton a couple buttons on my shirt, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay.
What, like as a bunk?
As
As a stunt, yeah.
a bunk.
Wrong.
How is that
system.
a stunt?
I'm hoping to catch her eye, just like in a bit of a display of bravado. I'm hoping to catch her
Okay.
eye, so that she knows that I'm on Gale's side here.
She glances and
Gosh.
raises her eyebrow. You see
People
that
unbuttoning their shirts.
there's a bit of
Shirts.
sweat that's starting to to form on the side of her face.
One die per button. Sorry.
From heat,
Uh,
not from the buttons.
Yeah.
Right. I'll spend.
Just pause.
Yeah.
I'll remind people that in this game, while everybody is of the age of consent, teachers aren't going to make passes at students. Students are not going to make passes at teachers, except for very obvious, oh, he's so dreamy, and then like nothing else, because there will be no contact between students and teachers in this fashion. Once you are no longer students, feel free. But that's where I'm drawing the line. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really appreciate hearing that. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead with your roll.
Thank you. I'm going to spend 4 motes to penalize her guile if it happens to be an emotion-based intimacy.
Towards the realm. All right.
Anyway, I got I got 2 successes.
She does. She has a minor intimacy towards the realm, which is amusement.
Oh shit. Oh, that's actually really interesting. Okay. Because we know what we know a defining intimacy of hers. Oh, sorry, is that oh, you said minor. Thank
It's a
you.
minor.
Thank you. Back to watching this.
Your last piece.
So I capture the last one.
Yep. She captures, by the way, she captures another one of your pieces, and then this one she picks off the board and just flicks into the fire without looking. She no scopes your piece directly into the fire, dabs, and then fourth question.
What type of exalted are you?
Oh.
She tells you, leaning forward and putting her face so close to yours that it almost seems too personal, like breaching your space. I am the chosen of games. What some in the realm would call an exigent. Now, I will have you roll your intelligence occult, please. No, sorry, I lie. Shit. Your intelligence lore, all of you.
Okay. Pyres is
Spending notes.
thinking back to all his classes. Has he ever even heard that word before? I am fully going to botch this roll, and I'm sorry.
I really hope so.
I am really sorry in advance, folks. Holy shit! No, I did not. Okay. I also got 4 successes. Isn't that
Amazing.
wild? Yay, team!
I have a dirty novel.
Exigents are not necessarily considered anathema. They're definitely seen as lesser than in the realm and can absolutely fall under the category of anathema. But it depends on where their loyalties lie and what they've done. Because they aren't God's chosen... Sorry, they're not chosen by the unconquered sun. They aren't chosen by Luna. But some lesser god. Certainly lesser than the elemental dragons. Now, as Alfarius is saying, it's possible that they can range in power from terrestrial to celestial might. Most gods... Well, I'm not going to say that most gods have one, but most gods who can give someone the exaltation will only ever have the power to give one. And sometimes giving them that exaltation consumes the god because they're just straight up not weak. Some gods are better at it and can have more than one. But in terms of this, her admitting that she's, first of all, it is believed by the student body that she is dragon-blooded.
Yeah.
So she's at the very least lying about something. And second, it is possible that she is not anathema, even though she might actually still qualify as anathema. But that's what you know.
Did anybody else? So I guess everyone heard her say that.
Oh yeah,
Right.
no, she, I'm going to use you as an example. She was like that close to you, but she did not lower her voice. It wasn't a whisper. Do you see any reason to continue playing?
Are you going to throw the rest of it into the fire?
Do you resign? Or do you want to play it out?
No, I resign.
I would have thought that you would have preferred to continue playing for the chance at another question. But the game is over, and she starts pulling your pieces closer to her. Just, I mean, they're all your pieces, but like your side's pieces closer to her. And then she swipes them all into her hand. You've lost 2. Are you going to lose the rest?
Do whatever you want.
And she flings every piece, scattershot, and all of them make their way into the back of the fireplace.
I'm gonna reach into her stack of boards and grab one.
Those weren't at risk. That wasn't the game we were playing.
These aren't going into the fire.
And then somehow she sits up a little taller. And her hand just rests on her chest for a second. Thank you. Now, what are you doing with those?
Repaying Gale for your having damaged her board.
Thanks, Aresta, but I don't want it. I'll get another one.
Oh no. No, you'll still have your board. Pyres, be a dear and collect the pieces for me.
I'm gonna just take a brief moment to sort of get myself in tune with the flames of the furnace. I'd like to wreath my hand in the fire so that I can kind of reach in and scoop all the pieces out. There's a lot of pieces in there. It's gonna take some time. Can I do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, fire is easy for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't take you like 2 seconds. It takes you like a good, while. And when you pull them out, the pieces are slag.
Yeah, it would be, right?
I mean, they're not made of plastic. Plastic doesn't really exist. But were your pieces metal or were they wood?
I think they were wood.
So they are absolutely like if you feel like if you squeezed your hand a little bit, they would just crush
Sorry.
into ash.
I just let it fall.
Well, I try to put them back on the board as best I can.
She puts her hand on top of the pieces and just breathes for a second and then lifts them away, and the pieces are restored just as they were before ever having been sent into the fire. And then she pushes them back across the board towards you. Well, now that you've seen everything, why don't we take a look? And she stands up, and she cheerfully picks up the treat that you gave her and, like, stuffs just a tiny nibble into her mouth, very daintily. Stuff is probably the wrong word. You don't stuff something daintily. Nibbles daintily. And then walks over to the office, and then just, with one finger, just goes, boop, and the lock clicks, and then she opens it up, and then she indicates. You're welcome to look.
I'm going. I'm going in. Holding my board with me. Heading in.
The board feels like it has still warmth from the fire. You are right to defend your friend, but you did not earn those. I would ask that you put the pieces down, please.
And you have earned them? You earned doing that to Gale?
She agreed. To sit
Without
down with the
knowing
game.
the terms.
That is not my fault.
If you're the master of games, you know how to play people and things. I'm gonna slam her board down.
Damn.
Yes, I'm afraid that my games have been rather difficult for you.
Must have been tough watching Viren be called the game master.
Who do you think gave him his ideas?
How many of them?
Not willingly.
Oh.
He believes that the appropriate way to find greatness is to put those under duress. And I believe I just proved that that doesn't make a lick of difference. He is dangerous. He asked me for my advice. And unfortunately, when it comes to those asking about games, I cannot refuse. And Gale,
Yeah.
over the course of your relationship with her, you cannot recall a time where you offered to play and she refused.
True.
Damn. Do you believe then that he knew?
No. He asked for advice.
Just a coincidence.
I wouldn't say coincidence. I'm known as the greatest Gameway player in this school. Among the faculty. But that's not exactly true. For you see, I do know games, and I do know how to play them, and how to win. But I am not perfect. Gateway is not a solved game. It cannot possibly be solved. And so I will never be able to be a true master at it.
So, when is Juin gonna pop out of the shadows?
Is she still here?
You tell me. She's your lover.
Oh, God. Hey.
Damn, Resta.
Dear Aresta, to love someone is to let them go, to let them be free. I have no idea where Juin is.
And yet here you are. And there she is. How many more?
How many more
Is this
what?
entire school just some sort of
breeding ground for anathema. And
Your
she
words.
nibbles again at her.
And you're just gonna let us walk out of here with what you've told us?
She earned it. Fair and square.
Gail is fully in the office by now, rummaging through the papers.
Gail does not give up.
She's definitely eavesdropping, but she is looking for stuff.
But you see, the deal was that she got to play the game, and for every piece she took, I had to answer a question. I agreed to the game, and I'm bound to the game. Now, it would be unsportsmanlike to then, after the fact, beg you to reconsider. Did you kill her?
My face is definitely going to betray me, but I look to Aresta.
No, she calls from the other room.
Bosh.
You understand why I can't look for her. I would lead everyone directly to her. I am indeed responsible for your suffering. So it would be fair play if you were to expose me. I shan't take that away from you.
How many more
games
of you are there? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
There's only one chosen of games.
More non-dynasts.
Though I'm still a dynast.
More non-terrestrials.
You would, just for what it's worth, I think you would probably refer to yourself as Dragon-Blooded. Terrestrial implies that you are lesser than...
Oh, okay. Then non-dragon-blooded.
I always say Princess of the Earth.
Well, there's me. There's Juin, as I imagine you have discovered. As far as I know, that's it.
She has friends. She told us herself.
Friends do not necessarily mean...
Friends who know what she is.
That's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they aren't dragon-blooded.
So you are the only two.
To my knowledge. And I'm afraid that my knowledge is limited.
Thank you for your compliance. And I'm gonna go lean by the door.
Compliance? Sorry, that's me going compliance, not her saying
Okay.
compliance. But that's a very specific word. Did you choose that word on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
She
Damn.
sits in the chair and then she just lays her wrists on top of one another. Gail whispered.
Yes.
All the things that you recognize from this office are still there.
Well, I'm hoping that now that I know what their relationship is, I can read that letter. I
No.
can break the code.
As a little-
However, because the fire is blazing so brightly and it's very hot, you can see, once the paper is held up to a very bright light, the ink that would not normally be revealed.
Ooh,
Try writing in the note with lemon juice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was a spy as a kid.
Nice.
Spy Kids.
Okay, so it's the
Yes.
letter that you encountered before,
Yes. I'm hoping you're going to be
The one about,
improvising
like,
a
I
love
can't-
letter right now.
like Juin saying, "I can't force every student to return their library books," or whatever the hell I
Yeah,
said,
I think that's what it said.
Yes, exactly.
or "I won't search the barracks for
I will not do a search of the barracks to find missing library materials.
That sounds more like what Juin would say, yeah. I don't know if he knows who I am or who you are. But I know that he suspects that I am someone who opposes him, and he's right. I'm sorry, I can't do this any other way. Do you intend to arrest me?
No.
Do you intend to have others know who I am?
I'm not a very good liar, and a lot of people have been asking us a lot of questions.
Ah. All right.
But this is all crashing down. This is all coming to a head. I think you might be happier with your loved one.
You believe it's endgame?
Maybe it's just endgame for us, and I'd rather you watch us be killed than sit here.
And then Siantel goes, whoa, 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 hold up. What?
I was hoping she was gonna react, not you. I'm like pointing at Bracken.
I mean, she's just like a living gateway board. I don't know what we're going to do with her. We're going to die?
I got a rise out of the wrong person, sorry. I don't think we're destined for death. I'm not gonna lead us into death.
Some of us would follow you there.
I'd much rather not be the one leading us to our deaths.
Pyres, what are you doing?
Well, I'm enjoying the heat, I guess. I'm in on this conversation. Arresta's kind of gone off to lean by the door. I'm gonna approach Bracken, though. I'm not sure how to address you anymore, so you'll forgive my impertinence.
What has changed?
Good point. Who you are has changed, and it's changed
No.
what I know you to be. How's that?
Yes.
Yeah. I'll stick with Sir, if you don't mind.
That will do nicely.
I believe what you said about why you're here. But, and I don't have the brightest mind in my year, not by a long shot, but if you're here to help protect the realm by molding the minds of the future, do you believe that the realm's survival is a game? Why would someone who loves games be here, a school dedicated to war, defense, victory?
Who says I love games?
I figured it came with the territory. I'm a little out of my depth.
Do you love your swords?
Yes.
That's a pretty
a little
poor
bit.
example.
Fire? Do you love fire?
More than anything.
Yes. Sorry. No, that's just part of who I am. You know what? I see what you did there.
Gail, are you continuing to search?
Jesus. Where is it?
The only other thing I want to do is grab our transcripts, because the last time I was in here, the same transcripts as were in Viren's office was here.
So as you grab the transcripts, you have the transcripts for every student, not just the fifth years.
There were the ones that were specifically. I thought you mentioned that ours were like set aside,
Oh yeah.
like in Viren's.
Yeah,
so we
I
just
was
wanna
wondering
grab-
whether you were grabbing yours or whether you were grabbing them all.
No, just ours.
Okay.
And I want to emerge from the. I do, because I'm petty. I do want to try unlocking the lock. Like, I want to close the office and seeing that Bracken is in the library, like, see if I can unlock the.
So poking it doesn't work. You still have to actually turn a key.
I still need the. I thought I could pick it.
You could try picking it, but just doing like dunk isn't gonna do
This is
anything.
my lock picking
Knock, knock,
gesture,
knock.
Don. Isn't it obvious?
No.
Okay.
Now, if
have
you
to have
pulled like a
two
bobby
sticks.
pin out of your hair,
And do this, and then go crack. Damn.
Two long, like, I don't know, lock picks, and then her hair comes down. Be great.
Amazing.
lock opening touch would be a very interesting thing for her to have.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a larceny roll.
Some good old fashioned.
How much larceny do you have?
I have 2.
Okay, it just automatically succeeds then.
Oh.
Clicks open.
Cool.
There's another game that's afoot. A wager. Siantel's lockpicking gesture. Siantel just knows how to like hold the door and wrap it so that the things fall into place where they should.
Hat.
Bump key.
Yeah, like a bump key.
Yeah.
No, not the game of politoites. Poloitic? Polite?
It's probably late.
I mean, it's late. There's another game. A wager that's been placed between Viren and someone else. A wager that is quite important to him. A wager that somehow involves Juin and you. But I haven't discovered what it is, and it's driving me mad.
Is that why you had these in your office?
Yes.
You were helping Viren create games that were tailored to us.
No. I was giving him advice on how you could use games to destabilize. Because I had no choice.
I have a hard time believing he was the mastermind behind that gateway game in the mess.
Why would you have no choice? You said you're focused on ensuring students are equipped to defend against threats, and yet Viren was acting to destabilize this.
Because it was a game.
Right.
You see, I'm quite weak. And her eyes are saddened somewhat. For every game holds me under its thrall. And I achieve power through these games, and at the same time they control me. So, all it takes is to make it a game, and I am helpless. And she widens her hands. I have no other excuse.
I still think you'd be better off away from here.
Who would tend the library? I must say, I do a pretty good job here. And I've only half finished your book. I was interrupted when these two came calling.
We're being shipped off campus. There will be prying eyes and prying minds.
You deign to help us.
No. But I think it would be tragic for you to not be together.
At this point, that's when you hear the crunch of sticks behind you, Aresta, because you were leaning against the door.
Mm-hmm.
And a muttered oath.
Do I recognize this voice?
Oh, here, I can include.
Oh, chat.
It's
Can't be included. That's so cute.
I don't know if they heard, but that's
No, not at all. Literally nothing.
No, I don't know if chat
Chat.
heard.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna keep. Okay.
Totally inaudible? Well, tough.
I'm gonna keep leaning against the door for now.
Flavienne has been examining the various boards, and then she looks up. Does the rest of the school know who you are? No, they don't. I arrived here approximately 15 years ago. I do know Gale Whispered's father. That's how I knew to get in touch with her when she arrived. But our relationship is passing.
Very generous of you to still seek me out, even though you knew him.
One mustn't suffer because of who taught us.
Can I activate speech without words?
Of course you can. That's a charm.
My little charm. Because I would like to ask Aresta, what's going on? What's going on?
Can I respond without?
No.
I think so. It says can communicate silently with sworn kin. Like, so
It
does the
means you
first-
can talk to them, but they can't necessarily talk back to you.
Yeah, but that's
I will read the charm.
yeah.
What page
It's
is
a
it?
little unclear. So
You know what? I'm gonna say that you can right now because we're
Okay.
close to the end of the game. But go ahead.
It's Brevin.
Quick, get your 5 notes worth. Say something silly about him. He can't hear you. Absolutely.
Oh
incredible.
no. Okay, so it's allowing them to communicate. Yeah. No, you can. You totally can.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Shut my mouth.
I'd probably just
so
like
it's at but the
make a gesture that you understand to mean Brevin.
but here's the thing. It creates a bond between herself and her sworn kin,
Yeah.
which means that everyone can understand
Yes,
you, not just
exactly.
Aresta.
yeah.
Oh.
So you are
So-
included in this. If so,
Oh,
so
now you
knowing
can
this,
decide whether you want to say it or
Do you
not.
not wanna say Brevin?
Straight up.
what's going on?
I mean, I don't think that's. I'm not gonna dash off to talk to him.
It's a student. I don't
I
trust
want my 5
Pyres to
motes
not be
back.
like open the door and like open
I want my
everything
5
to
motes
everyone.
back.
I'll explain later when I feel like we aren't like in the middle of more deep revelations, and I also don't want Brevin to get in trouble if he like. I don't want him to get mixed into this.
Yeah.
And I feel like Pyres might
Hostages
open the
charge
door and
seals.
try to mix him into it.
Depending on how good the information is.
how
that you get.
shitty the subsequent scene is. Oh
kidding.
god, we better start like whispering secrets to each other. So it can be really, really juicy. I'll
Yeah.
include Bracken in this because I'm allowed
She's
to
not your sworn kin.
with her sworn kin as well as up to Essence additional characters.
What is
There we
this
go.
fucking charm?
It's amazing.
Oh well, if
shit.
I know that Bracken's in on it, then I wouldn't respond at all.
No. So it just gets worse.
It's just worse the more people know.
Fuck this.
Oh my god, it's out of control.
Fine, I don't. Okay, brackets not included. It's just us.
Include
It's a
Brett?
student.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh god.
Good lord.
Very well. If the cost of your silence is that I leave, then I will leave.
I can't promise that we would keep your secret.
You can if you're dead.
I thought we went over this.
I'm not threatening your life, but
Sure
I am
sounds
telling
like
you that
you're-
there are others out there who will silence you if they believe that that is what is necessary.
Yes.
You're a hard case, Aresta. You are now acutely aware that Brevin is still standing where he was before.
Charm's still active if
He
you
is
want to.
directly on the other side of the door, possibly leaning against it, possibly using a charm that you know exists.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We're not alone. And I want to, like, pull the door open so that if he's listening in, he'll fall in.
Let's see if he
Yes.
stumbles in or not.
He took a little tumble off the cliff.
Off the cliff.
Oh no,
like
he
that poor
so
anathema.
you open the door and he just like instantly so smoothly just his hand drops and he turns and he starts walking into the library as if that was what it was intended all along.
What a guy.
Joining our private study, are you, Brevin?
You're harboring two anathema.
Is that what you heard?
Every word.
Then you don't have very good ears.
That's fine. And he looks directly at Juin. Not Juin, fuck. Sorry, that is not, don't read into that.
Lift the
yeah.
books, like, which
Goes
bookshelf?
out of the wall, goes back to the wall.
He looks directly at Bracken. Whatever the chosen of games is.
I'm gonna shut the door.
Oh, he like puts a leg behind so that
Oh,
the door stays open. Whatever the chosen of games is, that's not who you said you are. You are an enemy of the realm. And it would appear that the rest of you know where Juin is. Now, what is she?
Who's he pointing at? Or
Oh, he's just like,
he's talking about Juin?
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So you just want to die, Brevin. Do you really think that we could take on Anathema? You don't think we were gathering intel? You don't think you've just ruined it and put all of our lives at risk?
Looks shaken for like a second, but then I don't think that's your decision to make. I should have known. The glory of the Fang of the Lost Hand must be maintained. What, are you trying to make sure that you're the only one who takes the anathema down?
If we wanted to do that, we would have done it.
So you're not here to kill her? And he points at Bracken, and Bracken is like, I beg your pardon, soldier.
Well, if you listen to the whole conversation, you've known as long as we have.
And he looks directly at Pyres. So this is it. I guess you always have been a little bit shaky in terms of your allegiances. If you can't hack it next to your sister, What? You're gonna try something else?
God, fucking damn it, Brevin. You hear something, and it goes right into a little pouch in your brain, where it gets sealed away, and you only think one thing about it. One track mind, Brevin, that's you. And that's why you're never going to be a good leader, Brevin, because you don't know how to think beyond your small little dreams. Okay? Now look at me. Look at me. I don't know what the fuck is going on, Brevin, but I know enough to listen. That's why I'm going to be a great leader one day. Maybe you should take a page out of my book. I'm trying to take a page out of yours.
Gale is so proud in this moment.
If you look in my book, Pyres, you can tell that all I am, all of my little dreams, as you call it, involve being loyal to the realm. And here he's trying to leave.
Oh no, if he wouldn't let me close the door, I'm not letting him leave. We're in this like tug of war.
Yeah. I am loyal, Brevin. You know I am.
So you're like holding on to him?
I mean, I'm like, I was trying,
you just
I had
continue-
held on to the door to try to close it.
Okay.
If he put his foot in it, then it's like his foot is between the door and the wall, and my arm is between him and the exit.
Okay, that's fine.
Just gonna toss out there that my charm is still active in case anybody needs to get secret communication.
Cool.
I'll get whispered with being
I-
like, whoa! And Siontel's going, oh! And Flavian's going,
There's a
oh!
little yes towards Pyres.
Exactly.
Like, actually, though.
I think Pyres is like, hold me back, guys, hold me back. No, I don't think so at all.
I'd like to turn to Bracken.
Bracken, who's still sitting at the desk with her arms crossed in front of her.
You see the challenges that we face, what we are taught, what you are upholding for us to be taught.
All I know is that you have been taught the lies of this thing. Sinus Bracken, if that's indeed your real name, I hereby place you under arrest.
Sorry, so
This is Bracken
Bracken
doesn't say
didn't
anything.
respond
No,
and he
Brevin
just
is-
cut in. Okay, just wanted to
Brevin's
clarify
just
that I
jumping in
didn't say
there.
the wrong name.
Just
Okay.
a classic Brevin jump in.
Yeah.
I'm placing you under arrest. Now, are any of the five of you going to stop me? And Flavian says, I will put him down if you need me to.
What would your response be, Bracken?
This is Flavian, by the way, in the like.
In the
Mind net that we all share.
Mind net.
We'll
And
call it mind
Siontel
net.
says, it depends on what you want to do with Bracken.
She isn't the enemy, but she is allied with one. Secret message. Secret message.
Yeah, can we use this or something like this?
Actually, you can use this.
Yeah,
There
secret
we go.
language, right? Or I'm sorry.
Buddy once told me Brevin's
Sorry.
gonna roll me.
We only have 1 minute left.
Fuck. Yeah, sorry. Oh, were you gonna say something?
I was
Very
just generally hanging out in the Zoom.
Oh.
Nice. You're just checked out of reality.
Brevin,
Like, okay.
Brevin reaches down and he puts his hand on the hilt of his sword. And as he draws it, it makes just a very deliberate noise as it slips from its scabbard. Do not make me fight all of you to get to her.
Bracken, what is your response?
May I ask you to consider a draw? don't know what that means. Roll join battle. And I think we'll end the session there.
Fucking Brevin. Oh my god. Just when he seems like he's okay, he just backslides into this shit again, hey? Like, what?
And also, like, fucking Bracken, just, like, run away or something, or, like, turn
Yeah,
it into some sort of game, or, like...
I think I'm gonna tell her to
Forfeit.
just GTFO. Or
Transform
just
into a
suggest-
chess piece and run away. Isn't
Yes.
that what you can do?
chess pieces, those famously mobile creatures with
hup.
legs.
Oh yeah, do the horse and just take an L jump over
Well,
everyone.
there you go. That'd be good, actually.
The
Did you
horse.
just call it the horse?
Nay, nay,
I learned
motherfucker.
in, like, first grade. So,
Jesus.
Just turn
I
into
just-
the shoe in Monopoly and kick him in the face.
You're the master of games. Make a mousetrap. I'm sorry.
Don't wake Daddy. Fuck. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's a lot of games here.
Yeah, so she's the chosen of games. Does that mean that she's also the chosen of Don't Wake Daddy?
Yeah.
Hey, the logic is sound. I, don't know
I
what to
mean,
tell you.
honestly, I was so resisting the urge to just be like, and like, just be like, okay, if you're stuck by games, let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No
It's so
tools
good. Actually,
required.
Krister,
I mean, it would
Krister,
work,
I hope
right?
we'll get to see more of your work soon.
But also enjoy a rest if you aren't currently working on stuff that we would see.
See, now, my family, my sister had a special edition of Monopoly, which had like all the normal things, but it was like, it had a nice sort of like setup so that you had like a plastic tray for all the money, but also so that you could stick the title deeds in like stick up slots and all that. But it had one special piece that wasn't involved in the other ones, and it was a train that looked like
nice.
the train on the railroad pieces on the board. And Diana never let me play with the train. Well, she was the older sister.
Come on.
Just gonna get a stern email from me later.
Hey, John told
How
me.
dare.
Special. So if you were gonna pick a piece, why don't you pick like the locomotive?
That'd be great.
I'll choose the Millennium Falcon because I had the Star
Oh.
Wars edition.
Ooh. Well,
just-
I'm gonna be Rainbow Dash from the My Little Pony edition.
Oh.
See,
wanna
the
be
problem,
the
Aravana, is that I thoroughly believe that Monopoly is not really that good a game. I also thoroughly believe that the original inventor of Monopoly got completely boned and Charles Darrow stole it.
Mhm.
But I still do enjoy the idea of Monopoly, and I know that Liz does too, but we can't play together.
That is correct.
That's right.
I've witnessed the breakdown of a friendship. Not literally. I'm sorry. I'm being very, I'm being overzealous here. Ay yoy.
We can't play together because we have fundamental disagreements on which rules are fun to play with.
You know what? We're okay with that. I mean,
And we're still friends.
yeah, you still play these
I
games.
believe the best way to play Monopoly is to not take it seriously.
Gasp.
That I firmly believe that like throwing a bunch of shit at the fan is great. It's pure chaos. It's fun. Anyway.
I'm just going to finish my notes. I realized I didn't actually write the most important note, which is what happened at the
Oh
end.
yeah, the Brevin showed up.
All right then. Well, here we are, the end of the session. Elizabeth, why don't you want to let us know what you learned today?
I learned that Bracken is an exigent.
Chosen of games.
Yep.
Just pulls
Yep.
that one right out there. You, Kate.
Someone's got to take it.
I learned that Brevin is a sneaky little listener. No, just state
Why? What's wrong with
facts.
that? That's true.
Yeah, I learned that Brevin is willing to charge in and take action regardless of the situation.
I mean, he's got company in that in some ways.
That's true.
Scott?
Yeah, I learned that that the difference, the fundamental difference of opinions at the House of Bells between people might not be about, what to do with anathema, but rather just like fundamental disagreements about the future of the realm. I think for me, Seven Fingers had a lot to say today about what the future of the realm might look like. I thought that was really interesting. So what I learned was that there's like a wide swath of opinions about what that future looks like. Yeah.
And I learned that if I give a shit about what people think about my accents, I better study them. Again.
Everyone's Montrealer.
No, I gotta look into it.
Yeah.
The problem is that giving characters distinct voices is very useful, but then I commit to something that I haven't practiced in a long time, and that's not great. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out, because I don't want to be like, crikey, shrimp on the barbie. Like, no, because that would be awful.
That's a knife. Yeah.
No, that's no.
We're gonna have to figure that out. The saws of a tangerine. Anyway, that's Michael Caine.
Yeah.
That's how you get into Michael Caine.
Mm-hmm.
Saws of a tangerine.
I love Michael Caine. I love Michael Caine. Thank you.
At any rate, Elizabeth, your moment that you want to highlight.
Aresta standing up to Bracken.
She was being a bully. Straight up. So mean.
I meant Aresta standing up to Brevin. Aresta just standing up to all the brewers.
Hey, people are being shitty
Defining
to us. The rest is gonna
intimacy,
defend us.
people whose names that starts with BR, I will stand against.
I will not suffer a Brit.
Burr.
Arresta
Burr. Arresta go burr out the window.
That's good. I like that.
Arresta don't go burr.
Nope.
Pyres,
Hello.
your interactions with Seven Fingers, questions you were asking, the way you were asking them. Yeah. I feel like I don't know, I'm enjoying seeing like your interactions with an actual teacher, like those different aspects of our characters. It's really fun to get to see more sides.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we do is with like peers, right, in the game, and I think Fires has a very specific way of interacting with people that he like considers his peers. You know, thank you, I appreciate that, and I gotta highlight Liz for like, I'm gonna say obviously, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Choosing just to straight up out Bracken today. You're like, I'm done. Fuck this. Just tell me what's going on. You have shit in your office. Okay, fine. We're going to play a game. Great, let's play a game. I'm going to ask you all the questions. Like, it's great. I love it. It's very Gale. Because she wants to know things. And I think she lacks. She's choosing not to pursue a path of like a political way of getting those answers. Political, that's not really the right word. You know what I mean? Like, you could be getting it and winning everyone to your side, but instead you are not. You are like plowing through to get answers as fast as possible.
The path of least resistance.
Least resistance
to answers.
She lacks political finesse. Bam. Yeah. Incredible. Please give me their move list and their counters.
Sorry, you were making big
Yes,
swipey notions.
Can't wait.
So we have a couple of comments coming in from the chat.
The chat. Thanks, chat.
One that I'm particularly enjoying right now.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, mine's starting to go. All right, so you know what? We're gonna skip that. We're gonna go right to the end.
Oh shit!
So, hey, I hear that there's other things happening. What's happening this week?
Yep, I stream on Tuesdays. Sergey is continuing in the Outer Worlds on my channel, Biff the Boss, at 1800 hours. Join me on Tuesday.
Wednesday, I had a scrub check, and no, I'm gone too. Am I gone too? No, wait.
Wednesday, John has a scrub
Oh,
check.
no, I'm still coming in.
Is he going to be a scrub or not?
Wednesday, I had a scrub check, and it was I came. Now I'm gone.
So
no, I'm here.
Oh,
Okay. Wednesday, I had a scrub check, and I came very close. I was supposed to beat the heart as the defect without any frost orbs, and I came within 200 health of the heart and then failed because I am a scrub. Who knows what it's going to be this week, but what I can tell you is that this Thursday over on RPG Clinic, which is right here, we're going to be discussing death in RPGs. The way that players interact with it, the way that storytellers interact with it, when it's planned versus when it happens at the roll of the dice, how it can make us feel, and is it actually important to your role-playing experience? So we are going to try to discuss death in as open a fashion as we can, but obviously content warning, death.
Mm-hmm.
Friday?
Friday, we're continuing Punch Club.
We must be almost done.
Maybe. I don't remember the end.
We're
of the
not
game,
sure.
to be
Okay.
honest, so I remember Russia, and that's it.
Right.
So we're doing that on my channel, and then on Saturday there is the rewatch of this episode at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then at 3 p.m. on my channel we are continuing Nancy Drew and the Secret of Shadow Ranch. There's a ghost horse,
Apparently,
and a cowboy named Dirk Valentine. So we're ecstatic.
Yeah.
Maybe something on Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday evening, I've been streaming with the Crosshair. Hello to the Crosshair. We've been streaming Doomed, Arkham Horror playthroughs. I believe we're having a special event on Saturday as celebration for Beltane. We're doing a witchy-themed playthrough of something. Stay tuned to the Discord, of course, is where you can catch all this information. If you need information.
And then on Sunday, we'll be right back here with episode 16 of ExalTwitch Academy, in which we will join battle.
Apparently.
Oh, Bracken.
It's gonna hit the fan.
Also Brad.
It's true. We do have to thank, of course, She Who Knows 10,000 Things for sticking around with us, as well as Entropy's Disciple and Strength of Borders. We couldn't do this without our mods, so we really do appreciate that. We also couldn't do it without you. We had a hype train earlier today. People are coming in with their sub babies of 9 months of RPG Clinic. It's already been 9 months, which is
sweet.
Yeah, poor Gwen. It's true.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's all of your support that really helps us keep going, especially in these times, which hopefully we will not be going through for too much longer. Also, special thanks to friend of the stream, Krister, for tuning in, which we always do appreciate seeing, and all of that. We are keeping our eyes on the news. I saw people discussing it earlier in the chat. We have no idea what's going to be happening, whether Exalted Essence is going to be the next Kickstarter or not. If it is, better believe that we're going to be paying attention to that. But for now, I can say that if you want to hear news about what's going on with us, the best place to do that is on our Discord, where there's plenty of discussion about this game, the games that we've run previously, and hey, maybe you guys want to start talking about other things you'd like to see us do. We'd love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Angelwick, it has been confirmed that it will either be Exalted Essence or it will be Squeaks in the Dark, which is a Pugmire product. That has been essentially confirmed.
Mm-hmm. So soon, TM.
So we will see how that goes. Thank you, Aravana. I am a good dog. I'm glad that you are a good dog. So we're going to see. But no matter what, trust us when we say that we are going to be playing just what we want. And hopefully you'll want to be there with us too. Because I got the best players in the biz.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent storyteller. I don't know whether I can say the best. I don't want to offend anyone out there, but you're amazing. You're the best storyteller I've ever had. How about that?
That is definitely.
Sorry, friends.
It's true.
I'm drawing the line in the fucking sand. The thing is, I might have the best players in the biz for me. Go, if there's anything that I can ask all of you to do right now, is go and find a group that will be the best one for you.
Yeah.
And maybe it might be in this direction.
That way? That way?
See you next time.
Bye.